What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your humble live stream host, Timothy J. Ward, back with another live stream. This is what we do. This is what we enjoy doing. This is one of our passions, probably our biggest passion, creating content. Seattle checking in. Bella, how you doing? How you doing? How's everybody doing this Sunday morning? Retired 2019. Allie checking in. I'm good. I'm good. How are you? We got baby Tupac. Okay, Tupac lives. Shan, Dina. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. How y'all doing this morning or afternoon? I'm guessing it's afternoon. Shayna, J. Empath, Jennifer, Miguel, Angela. Okay, I can't say everybody's name. Sorry, I can't say everybody's name. If I go down the line, say everybody's name in the beginning, people gonna comment and be like, "You say you took 5 minutes just saying people's names." So hello to everybody out there. Appreciate you being here. The numbers looking good already. The numbers looking good in the stream already. Somebody already noticed the tapestry behind me. You know, that's way more me than that bookshelf. That's way more me than the bookshelf. Had to switch it up. Had to switch it up. Oh, chef, thank you. Said the liking the beard. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it this time. I resisted it. I said this time, I'm just letting the beard grow. We're gonna see what happens. I'm kind of letting my hair grow out too. Um, because I realized can't nobody make me shave. That was a beautiful thought. And it ties into what our topic is today. But I realized can't nobody make me shave. Every other time in my life, there was people, either the job or whatever, somebody be like, oh, you need to shave. You probably should shave. You're looking a bit rough. Can't nobody make me shave now. And that was a realization. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it go. Because can't nobody tell me I have to cut it. That was beautiful. Can't nobody. Exactly. Perfect. We only speak in perfect English on this channel. Perfect English on this channel. Can't nobody make me shave, so I'm not shaving. And that ties in with today's topic. We're going to talk for a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. I might go into a little bit of a spiel, so I probably won't be reading the comments for a little bit or responding to the comments. If there's something you just have to interject in the conversation, there is the super chat option. That's all I'm going to say on that. Title of today's stream. And I was thinking about this as I was coming back from the store. And real quick, just let me say, folks, I'm famous. I got recognized at the store. Your boy's famous. I can't even go to the grocery store no more. I got recognized. Shout out to my boy Keith. Came up, said what's up. Shout out to him. I can't even go to the store no more. I got recognized. But that got me thinking on the ride home. A lot of times we get like very wrapped up in everything that's going on in life and everything that's going on in the world. And a lot of times we get wrapped up in like, the negativity, the negative things in our life or the things in our life we don't appreciate. And we start thinking about the future, a lot of times in a negative aspect, or we're looking at the future, just wanting more, thinking about what you can get in the future. For the average person from a consumeristic mindset, bigger, better, faster, I need more, more, more in the future. A lot of times we get so wrapped up doing that we forget to stop and take an inventory of our lives and realize like we've already won. We're already winning. A lot of times we just get so wrapped up just in the negative and wanting more that we don't stop and take like an honest inventory of our life and say like, oh wait, the life I got now, even though it's not perfect, is the life I dreamed of maybe 10 years ago, or the life I dreamed of 5 years ago, or there's aspects in my life now that I really wanted and I've acquired them, but I still haven't taken the time to stop and just let that sink in. And that's what I was doing with myself. I was driving home and I was like, wow, Tim, like you really got some pretty cool stuff going for you. You know, I'm like, a lot of the things you wanted, home base, you got it. It's like, you got a place to stay, you got a car, you got a way to pay your bills. I'm like, man, you've won. You've won. And then I'm like, you know what? A lot of us have won or we're winning in life. But instead of taking the time to stop and appreciate it, we're too busy just dwelling on the negative or wrapped up in, the stuff that's going on in the news that has nothing to do with us. or we're thinking about the future. And it's like, no, like a lot of this stuff, like you might have kids now. When you were 18, 19, you might have been like, I really want kids. I really want kids. The kids come along, you get so wrapped up in raising the kids and all the other stuff that goes with it, you might have never stopped and be like, you know what? I've won. I got the kids I wanted. You know what I mean? Like so many different things in life we achieve. There's so many different like metrics that we meet or boxes we get to check off, but we never stop to really appreciate it. It's like you've won. You're winning. Your life is good. Is it perfect? No. Nobody has a perfect life. Nobody has a perfect life. Hey, GG, I see you. I see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Super PayPal squad. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Thank you. GG. Appreciate that support. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of times, like, we just don't take the time to realize we're already there. We're already winning. And it's okay to just like stop and live in that moment, in those moments, and I think that ties in with like gratitude. Because once you realize, oh snap, I'm winning, and you keep that thought in your mind, you're grateful. You're grateful. And then when things do happen in your life that, kind of bring you down, there's going to be pain, there's going to be suffering, there's going to be loss. But when we can focus on the wins we're already racking up, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. But we can't just stay in that perpetual cycle of wanting more, needing more, or just be just totally wrapped up in the negativity. That don't get you nowhere. That don't get you nowhere. Because if you do that, like so many people, more, 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 more. When you get more, you still want more. So you never can win. You're never content. You're never satisfied. There will always be more. And if you're a person that more is what you live for, you will always want more. You'll never be satisfied. Never be satisfied. But if you can just be appreciative of like the things you already have, the blessings that have already come your way, the things you were already able to do and achieve, then it's hard to make you sad outside of some of the crazy stuff that happens. Because when you're grateful, when you're content, even say you have something and you're grateful for it. If it gets taken away, you're grateful you ever had it in the beginning. Hmm? Even if you have something and it gets taken away from you, you're grateful you ever had it. Gratitude never stops. Gratitude never stops. Like, man, I really like that car, got in an accident, got totaled, but I'm happy that I got to drive it for 3 years. The gratitude never stops. It's the same kind of never ending like feeling as the people who want more, but it's a positive one. If you want more, that feeling never stops. If you're grateful, the feeling never stops. Gratitude will be with you on your deathbed, and you will be grateful for the life you got to live. Whereas a lot of people die with regret. Gratitude allows you to, will hopefully, I'm hoping this happens, allow us to die with like just being grateful. Can you imagine just that in those final moments? There's that bliss of being like, oh, I don't have to worry about the pain and the suffering and the problems no more. That's gone. That's gonna be a beautiful moment. But also that moment of I'm so blessed to have lived the life I lived and known the people I've known and done the things I did. That's got to be a beautiful moment. That's got to be like the most peaceful moment ever. Like, you know what? In about 2.5 seconds, I ain't gonna have no more bills no more. I ain't gonna have no more, just suffer no more, no more pain no more. And I'm wrapping up this beautiful, wonderful life. That's got to be a feeling. I don't need that feeling to come for about another 50 years. But when it does come, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Gratitude. I've already won. You've already won. We're all winning. We just got to stop and realize it. That's why I love the concept of a life resume. And I got this from, it's crazy. Sometimes in life you get stuff from people you don't like. I was roommates with this dude in Gainesville, Florida, and he was, I wasn't in college. He was pretty smart. He thought he was a little, he thought he's better than me. Might even have been a little racism thrown in there. But anyway, I was renting a room, two roommates. One of them was super cool. This other guy wasn't. But one day, he used to every now and then when he deigned to speak to me, it was all this. And at the time, he was like 20 and I was like 30. But so he would try to drop all this wisdom on me, and I'd be like, bro, like, I'm like 10 years older than you. But I actually did learn something from him. So maybe he was smarter than me. But one of the days he talked about like a life resume, and he was just saying that every so often, you know, you got to stop and just write down 5 to 10 things you've done in your life that mean a lot to you that you really appreciate. Your wins. We do it for work. We go to get another job. We write down the places we worked. We try to make it sound really good. We work up a really good description. We can make being a janitor sound great on a resume. You know, blah 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 blah. All this stuff. He's like, you should do that in life every now and then. And I was like, wow, that's actually game. I was surprised. You probably saw it on my face because normally when he's talking, I was just like, mm-hmm. He said that, I was like, that makes sense. Like every now and then we need to just stop and write down 5 to 10 things we've done in our lives that we're proud of because we forget, or like we don't forget, but it's weird. It's weird. We all have things in our past that like we feel regret about, or we wish we hadn't done, or we wish we had done. These things come up and we mull them over year in and year out. I was doing it this morning. I had to stop myself. I'm like, Really, Tim? Really? That was 20 years ago. You know what I mean? We all have negative stuff that we bring back up from the past constantly, and we beat ourselves up over it, and we allow that action in the past or that inaction in the past to shape how we view ourselves now and in the future. Is crazy. But we don't do it with positive stuff. You ever notice that? Rarely on like a random Tuesday morning do we wake up and say like, yeah, remember that time in 11th grade when I did so and so and so and so, and I was so happy and my parents were so proud, and that was a great day. We never do that. We'll gloss something like that over. Yeah, 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 I did do that. But the negative stuff we'll just keep. It's crazy. It's crazy what we do to ourselves. I think we all have way more positive experiences. I hope, or at least equal. No, I think we all got way more positive experiences. Every now and then you got to stop, write 5 or 10 of them down, and be like, I did do that. I am a winner. I am that dude. I am that girl. Every now and then you got to pat yourself on the back. It's not conceit, it's confidence. I'm not cocky, I'm confident. So when I say I'm the best, it's a compliment. That's a Jadakiss bar. I'm not cocky, I'm confident. So when I say I'm the best, it's a compliment. Compliment yourself. You did that. You're winning. You were winning then, you're winning now. We're just so negative on ourselves. It's crazy. And for no reason. Like the only reason is to just perpetuate that lie that we're no good and we're worthless, and to like beat our self-esteem down. And I was pondering that this morning. I think it was while I was meditating. Because I'm like, um, I've really been working on, I've been reading this book here. I tell you, the more I read this book, ladies and gentlemen, I said I wasn't going to do a review on it because it seems like it's very money based, and that's not me. The more I read this book, the less it's about money. It's been teaching me some things. I might have to really do a review on this book. A Happy Pocket Full of Money. Link in the description box. Check it out for yourself. I'm telling you, this book, $13 well spent. I'm telling you, this book has been. But I've really been working on like, just and I'm always doing this, but even the book is really, it's good to have reminders and hear it different ways, but just like positive thought patterns and things of that nature. One thing I always noticed, and let me know if this is true with y'all, when I'm really working on my positive thought patterns, that's when my brain really likes to interject the most negative of negative thought patterns. Like when I'm just cutting right through a lot of that surface negativity that pops in our heads every day, my brain will be like, okay, I got one for that. And just out of nowhere, it'll pull up one of those deep, dark ones, that, and I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? And so I'm like, why? But now I'm learning to just like not resist it, not go with it, just observe it. I'm like, oh, there goes my brain, my subconscious, bringing that thought up again. Not going to react to it, good or bad. It's like my canoe in the water analogy. You're in the water going up a stream in a canoe, and a log drifts in front of you. You just push it out the way. You don't have to jump out the boat and kick it and stomp it and throw it on the shore. Or neither do you run into it. You don't let it derail the canoe. You just take your oar, push it out the way. So that's what I've been doing with a lot of these thoughts that pop up. I just kind of gently push them out the way. I see the thought. But then I was like, why does my brain do that? And I realized it's the programming. It is the 42 years of programming. And it doesn't matter if you have wonderful parents, you had wonderful upbringing, like I did, like a lot of us did, like it doesn't sometimes like, well, how did I get so programmed when, I was getting good messages and grew up in a good environment and, went to a half-rate decent school. um, but it's the programming we get from all around us that is telling us we're not good enough. You are a loser. Bad things are going to happen to you. Be afraid. Be afraid. You suck. So that programming is so deeply ingrained in us that even when we're trying to do the self work, we're trying to do what we need to do to like break up out of that. It the mind is still there, and I guess it just takes time. I know it just takes time, and you get better at it. But it's always funny to me. I'm like, I'm sitting here trying my hardest to just work on this positivity as always, and the better I get, the deeper the brain digs to try to pull something up and be like, no, you are a scumbag, Timothy. You are afraid. And I'm like, no, I'm not. But like I said, I'm learning to not react. Before I would react to it and I get on that. Now I'm just like, yeah, I'm observing. I'm observing the thought. You don't have to let a thought. It's just a thought. What is a thought? It's not reality. It's just a thought. It's just something that pops in your head. You don't have to react to it. You can just push it away. I don't want to think about that. And it'll stay around for a little bit, and then eventually you'll notice it's gone. And you can go back to winning and go back to and to believing you're a winner. Because I mean, once you get that belief in there, and it's all about belief. Once you get that belief in there and you can allow yourself to believe you're a winner and to believe that like you've done good things, you're not a scumbag, you can do great things in the future, you can achieve those dreams you want to achieve. Once you can open that door a tiny bit and get that belief in there, then it starts getting better. Because the more you work on it, the wider the door opens. And the day comes when, oh, you're totally, I get like I'm a winner. Nothing y'all can do to me. Nothing y'all can do to me. Because the more you believe, the more you start to take action. The more you start to take action, the more good things happen to you. The more wins you get, the more you believe. And then the more you believe, the more you take action. And it just keeps going around, 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 around until you kick that door all the way off the hinges. And can't nobody tell you. And even when those little voices come up and those thoughts pop up, you're just like, nah, bro, I'm good. Now, instead of being in a canoe, you're in like a high powered speedboat. So when those problems pop up, you don't even have to push them away with the oar. You just fly right over them. And then thoughts pop up, you just, I can't tell. Come on. Telling you, this book is getting me there. It's something, here's something I really appreciate about this book. And I don't know how well it's working, but it seems to be working. So on every single page of the book, it has that I am wealth, I am abundance, I am joy, 3, 4 times. Every single page. Like you think I'm lying. Pretty much every single page. Some pages it has it even more. See? So I've never seen a book before. The same affirmation all throughout the book. It has the same affirmation over and over and over again. And even if you skip it and don't, when you're reading, you read in your head. Even if you skip that part, your eyes see it, so you read it. So I'm wondering if that affirmation over and over and over and over and over and over again as I'm reading the book is what's really doing it. But I'm telling you, link in the description, check it out. That book is really, and it's not about money. It's just really about, it actually talks about quantum physics. The second chapter is about quantum physics because it's trying to explain, in this day and age, A lot of people think like law of attraction and the secret is like hocus pocus spiritual hippie nonsense. So it was basically breaking down like quantum physics agrees with like the law of attraction, stuff like that. Went a little over my head. Not really. I mean, not really, but I was kind of like, okay, this is. I didn't go to college, um, but yeah, I'm something shifting, and I'm like, man, they can't. I'm winning. Y'all are winning. We're all winning. We're all winning. Hey, Andy, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. Thank you, Super Chat Squad. Said happy Sunday. This is for your coffee. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate that. Thank you. Today we went to the Starbucks in the grocery store. A lot of Starbucks around grocery stores in this area, in the Denver area. Yeah, so we got us a little Americano. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's just like it's it's all the programming, man. And I've said this before, but like I watch a lot of like self-help stuff, motivational stuff, all that. And I'm just like, all of us think we're screwed up. All of us. You know what I mean? So I'm like, it has to be something affecting all of us because, like I've always said too, as kids, we don't think that. No kids come to this world thinking they're screwed up. You know what I mean? You even when there are kids that like might have something wrong with them or be going through something, they don't think they're screwed up until we tell them they are. They just, you know what I mean? Hey, this is how it is. This is who I am. I still want to go outside and play. They might think it sucks that they can't go out and play like everybody else. But like, you know what I mean? No, kid, you don't come to this world thinking you're screwed up. You come to this world, I am who I am. Let me do what I want to do. It's as we get older that this changes. And then by the time we're adults, we all think we're screwed up. Or we have like we go the total other end of the spectrum and we just become like an egomaniac. And we think everybody else is screwed up but us. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. I'm like, all of us? It's the programming, man. It's society, bro. This stuff is weird. You gotta see through it. You gotta be smarter than it. You gotta be smart, but it's possible. It's possible to just understand, like, oh, a lot of these things I think and a lot of these things we believe aren't true. A lot of the stuff I think about myself, I've just been told to think it about myself. But guess what? Since it's me, I can stop thinking it. That's the beauty of it. We don't have to keep thinking these negative thoughts about ourselves. We just hit 100 likes. I appreciate that. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate that. It's perspective. Yeah. Once you can get to the place in life, and I'm still working on this. We're getting there, but it's a struggle. It's a battle. It's a journey. But once you get to that place in life where it's just like you know who you are, what can they say to you? Like, what can they do to you? You walk into work, everybody can look down on you. You don't care. You know who you are. Somebody breaks up with you, it's gonna hurt, but you don't. In the long run, you don't care. You know who you are. You don't need no one to make you feel fulfilled. You know who you are. You know, and when you know who you are, you start knowing what you want to do. The two seem to go hand in hand. And when you know who you are, you suddenly, and the more you get to know who you are, the more you start realizing what you want to do. Because I think when we don't know who we are and we're just giving in to what society says, it's hard to figure out what you really want to do. It's hard to figure out your passion or what some people might call your purpose because you don't even know who you are. But like the more we like figure out, nah, this is me. Nah, that's me. I'm not listening to that no more. This is me. The more it just seems like things just start coming in front of you, and you're like, yeah, I'd love to do that. Yeah, I'd really like to do that. Ooh, I'm gonna do that. And maybe too, you just get more confidence. Maybe it's that we knew, all along some of the things we wanted to do, but they were buried deep back here. And like the more we learn who we are, become comfortable with ourselves and love ourselves, self-love is important, the more confidence we get to do the stuff. So maybe we know all along, but in the past it's like, oh, I could never do that. Nah, that's not meant for people like me. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. But now, you get a little swag to you, you get a little confidence. I'll be like, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing that today. Oh, I'm doing that next month. Or even better sometimes that I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that no more. That's a beautiful phrase. Oh, that's especially like at work. Mm, no, I'm not doing that. I'm telling you. Telling you, you want to feel good about yourself? Start throwing that around. No, I'm not doing that. And people look at you like you're crazy. We can say that? Yes. I'm not doing it. Anybody's ever worked with me, I say that a lot. I'm not doing that. No. I'll do my job. I'm not doing that. And if they're static, I quit. That's another video. That's another video. Sidebar. I feel like I'm going to have to do a video talking about quitting your job without having another job. I feel like I'm going to have to talk about quitting your job without having another job. I think that's a topic now. And as Mr. Quit Your Job, I think I have to provide some balance. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still going to be like, if you want to quit, quit. But I want to tell the stories of the many times I've quit, didn't have a job lined up. But also, tell the truth about it. But yeah, that's a sidebar. That has nothing to do with winning. Actually, it does, because those were some of the biggest wins in my life. Was it was the days I just walked out of jobs. No, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing this no more. Steven says, "What do you think of laying in bed all day doing almost nothing? If that's what you want to do, Steve, do it. Hey, can't nobody tell you you can't. Can't nobody tell you you can't. Oh, that's wonderful. Hey, XXX, thank you. Says hi Tim. That painting makes for a great presentation. Thank you. Just put it up this morning. Super Chat Squad, I appreciate the love. Thank you and support. Thank you. Yeah, I the bookcase I had over there just wasn't me. I literally only had the bookcase because I thought I needed something behind me, and I was like, I'm gonna get me a tapestry or something. And you can't. There's some more swords. So it's like the fallen comrades, the solo samurai. That's me. Like yeah, yeah. So thank you. Yeah, I love it. Um, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. If you want to lay in bed all day, Steven, lay in bed. If you don't have to mooch off anybody else, if your inactivity and you're doing nothing doesn't cause you to be a burden to anyone else, do it. Like this whole idea of like, oh, you got to be a productive member of society, you got to be doing something. That's programming, bro. Take it back to like our ancestors when they lived in tribes. This is where I always take it. You know what I mean? Take it back to our ancestors when we lived in tribe in the communities and like we were supposed to be living. You got up, you did the stuff you had to do for the day. You hunt, you gathered, you fish, you sewed, you cooked, whatever, and then they just spent the rest of the day just like chilling. Next day, got up, did it again. There was no concept of like having to accomplish anything just for the sake of accomplishing something. Nah, we got enough food to eat for today, and we did whatever we had to do. The rest of the time, like in their minds, I would imagine it was we do what we have to do to survive, and then beyond that, we just chill. Like the goal was to chill. In our minds, the goal is to like hustle and grind, even when we have what we need. You know how many people have more than enough money in the bank, but still are afraid to take a day off? Just been programmed. And hey, your financials is your financials. If that's the way you want to live, cool. But deep down, a lot of those people don't want to be living like that. I know because they send me messages. We talk about it. But it's like deep down, they don't want to be living like that. But the programming has said, hey, if you even take one day off, you're missing out on money and you might need that money. Even though you already got 75K in the bank and you stay at home with your parents. So you have no bills. But you might need 76K in the bank if the inflation hits. So it's but so I'm all for doing nothing. I'm all for doing nothing. And I will admit, like even when it was a struggle, when I really started taking time off work and just, paying my bills through YouTube and other stuff, it's a struggle mentally because you're always saying, "Ooh, I could still be working. I could go get a job and be making even more money and be like saving up or investing." You're always going to think like that. it gets easier over time. Um, but it's like, no, sometimes I tell myself, like, I'm on this new thing, and I'm doing this one, folks. I want to read a book every week. That's my thing. For 2022, I want to read a book every week. That's my thing. And this is the first one. I should say who the author is. David Candy. Shout out to him. Shout out to DG. Um, I want to read a book every week. And I was telling myself the other day, because y'all know me, sometimes I was like, oh, I might work for a month or two. And I was like, I'm debating whether I want to work the month of June. And I was like, honestly, Tim, if you're going to do this whole new read a book a week, excuse me, those 4 books you're going to read in June, probably in the long run will profit you more, even financially, than if you work the whole month. And that's something we don't think about. A lot of time, that day you take off work just to, like, for a mental health day, or you taking all your PTO, use your PTO, people. Use your PTO. The ideal of people losing PTO, anyway, but that PTO you take, or even if you just take some non-paid time off, it's going to profit you more to take that day off, sit at the house, regroup, recuperate, enjoy yourself. That will profit you more than the money you would have made that day at work. We don't see it that way. We think in terms of money. We think in terms of currency. I could have gone to work and made $200. I sat at the house and made no money. It was a wasted day. No, that sitting at the house for those 8 to 10 hours where you've been at work, where you would have been at work, is profiting you life currency, in life dollars, way more than that little $200, because that's going to be gone. That's going to go to a bill. But that day, if you just recoup, we don't think about it that way though. We got to start thinking about life in terms of, like, life, work, money are a part of life. That's why I think, and I want to do a video on this too. That's why, like, I think work-life balance is crap. If you want an example of programming, there's one right there. Work-life balance. They couldn't even call it life-work balance. Even that would be wrong. But they could at least pretend it. Let's call it like life-work balance. Nope. They call it work first / life second balance. But even that is a crock of crap, because work is a part of life. Life is the game. Work is a small piece of that. Life is the pie, is the pizza pie. It's a Domino's pizza called life. It's not a meat lovers, it's a life pizza. It's a life pizza. And one slice of it, maybe 2 slices of it, is work. There's a whole rest of the pizza. How can we call it work-life balance when work is a part of life? It don't make any sense. It makes the whole saying makes no sense. There's no work-life balance. I live my life and I work when I have to. That's the balance. But we don't see it that way. We see it as, okay, I need to make sure that I still do some living despite work. That's how most people see work-life balance. Work is first, but I have to remind myself to still do some living after work, which is crazy. Aliens come from another planet, they would be like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? And what's this Starbucks we keep hearing about? Anyway, this video is not sponsored by Starbucks, I promise you. By the way, when I was at the Starbucks, a guy came up to me and said, do you play for the Denver Nuggets? Guy just walked up on me. Said, hey, you play for the Denver Nuggets? You look like you play basketball. I don't get offended. I was like, bro, can you take 2 steps back? Because, like, you know, we ain't out of the woods totally yet with some of this sickness. So I'm gonna need you to ease on back a couple there, pops, grandpa. Um, B, I'm like, I look like I play basketball. Now I am 6'4", so maybe that was it. But there was a part of me was like, brother, can't even go to the Starbucks without being a basketball player. I can't just like coffee. I can't just like an Americano. I said, I see what y'all doing here. I'm just I can't just, I can't just like Starbucks. Anyway, aliens come down. They wouldn't understand this whole work-life balance thing. Work-life, but see, you can't. I'm telling y'all, this is what I do all day. This is why I need time to do nothing. Because even regular stuff that people say, it hits me. I'm like, wait a second, that don't make no sense. Nah, I can't. No. I can't just go through life normal no more. The programming starting to wear off. So I'm starting to see all the craziness. You can't even say work-life balance to me. I'm like, not in a judgmental way. No judgment. But I'm like, nah, that don't make no sense. Nah, it's hard to have conversations. People don't get me no more. I just see the programming everywhere. You know what I mean? Once you see the matrix, man, once you outside the matrix, man, you can't you I see the green letters everywhere, man. Like it don't you gotta think about this stuff. Like just call it life balance. Exactly, Cam. Just call it life balance. Call it living a balanced life. Work life balance. Y'all not gonna get me with this stuff. No, I don't fall for it no more. They're not gonna tell me that work has to come first. But you gotta pay bills, Timothy. I understand that. I understand that. Within that pie of life, there's bills. And I address the bills as they need to be addressed. I don't make paying of the bills the whole pie. Danny, Izzy, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. Says Tim, you always drop that deep wisdom. People are starting to wake up. Danny, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Super Chat Squad. And I agree. I agree. I think this is the perfect time to be in the field I'm in, whatever that is called. Thank you so much, Danny. Super Chat Squad. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful Sunday. And you're winning. Um, yeah, I think this is a perfect time because I think people are, I've been trying to do a lot better job of responding to comments and just reading people's comments. And so many people are just like, yeah, I was living like that or whatever and doing that, whatever for the past 20 years, 15 years, 5 years. They're like, not no more. People's like, not no more. That's what eventually happens. All things go to balance. So eventually the programming just gets too crazy and people are just like, nah, this ain't. If you program people and their lives are decent enough, they'll go along with the program. For instance, it's kind of like a plantation. If you got people enslaved but their lives are decent enough, they'll stay on the plantation. You work them hard, but if you feed them and you give them Sundays off so they can go to church, you know what I mean? They'll stay on the plantation, right? But once you working them 7 days a week and you ain't feeding them and all the crazy, that's when they start running away. That's when everybody's like, wait a second, I'd rather risk the dogs and the overseers and all that. They killing me here. They killing me here. And I think that's the stage we're in now is people are waking up because they're like, I'm trying to follow the programming, because I don't. Hey, if it delivered what it promised, I'd be cool with it. But people are like, it's not delivering what it promised. Like, I'm not happy. My job sucks. I can't pay my rent. I'm single. No, or some people like I'm married. I followed the program and got married. People. If you don't deliver, if the programming doesn't deliver on its promises, people are going to start rebelling, and that's where we're at. And that comes from like greed, you know, the wealth gap, inequalities in the system, which all stem from greed. It just gets too out of whack. People, I'm not doing it no more. No, 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 no. People just not doing it no more. They're waking up. It's like, this is dumb. I'm not. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? So yeah, I think it's a beautiful time to be alive. I think it's always a beautiful time to be alive. Sometimes more beautiful than others. It would be a hard sell in 1940, three in most of the world to be like beautiful time to be alive. It was, but not as beautiful a time. I think as other times in history. Obviously, for those of y'all who don't follow history, that was World War II, 1943. I think. You know, Life's still amazing, but not quite as amazing. I feel like for the few years. You know what I'm saying? So. Just like this year, I feel like for most people is better than 2020. There's ups and downs, there ebbs and flow. Though we were getting those checks in 2020. I remember them checks. Oh, we're paying the price for those checks now. Just to let y'all know. But they were they were fun while we were getting them. Oh yes, we get to block somebody. Glad I looked up and saw that. Glad I looked up and saw that. Yeah, you mean like we see this is I'm not even gonna take it there. Um, it never ceases to amaze me. Anyway, um, so in the Bible you read that you want other people to read, which is somebody asked me the other day my thoughts on the Bible, and I was like, I've always thought the Bible was a holy book and always will. So I never bash people talking about the Bible. I read the Bible. I own right now 4 books, and one of them is the Bible. Um, and that's one of the when I leave this apartment, all the other books will probably go away. I'll keep the Bible in the Tao Te Ching. But it's always funny to me when Bible people push the Bible in like weird ways. So the way you want to get people to read the Bible is by coming on somebody's live stream and jumping on somebody who is doing something nice and donating something and be like, nah, you could have like read the Bible. You could have bought a Bible. Bro, bro, remember the script with Jesus and them? Remember with Jesus and them? When who was it? The Pharisees or the Sadducees or somebody had done something with some money, and they were like, "You could have took that money and sold it, and give it to the poor." Remember that? Remember when and Jesus was like, "Nah, it ain't got to be like that." I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but yeah, they were like, "Oh, you could have took that money and gave it to the blah 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 blah," and he was like, "That ain't the way to be." It's the same thing, Eddie. Have you read your Bible, Eddie? Had you read the Bible? You're telling us to come on, man. Like, don't come at me with the Bible. I'm getting off this topic now because I don't want people to think I'm bashing the Bible at all. It's a great book. Go read it. Don't come in my live stream telling people what to do with their money, though. Progressive wholesomeness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super chat squad. Super chat squad. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much, and good to see you. I like that progressive wholesomeness. I don't think I've ever broke that name down before. Appreciate the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super chat squad in the building. Thank you. Yeah, I do a lot of ignoring every now and then. I like to address. I've decided that I do a lot of ignoring, but every now and then, if I want to address something, I'm going to address it. Whatever. Like, I'm still winning. We're all winning. Even Eddie's winning. He didn't win that one, but he's he's still winning. He's still winning. Ah, Big P90's got a good question here. Let's jump in real quick. Said I'm becoming a fellow bachelor after 8 years. Seems like a scary transition. It's not me. It's me, not we now. So my question is, what positive things have you pulled out of being single so long? Um, for me, one of the things I love about being single is the freedom. But it's weird. I'd imagine some of the things I really love about being single, if you're used to being in a relationship, those might be the things that are a little scary. You know what I mean? So I know for me, I just love the idea that I can do whatever I want whenever I want to. That's the big, but I don't have to ask nobody. I don't have to tell nobody. If I want to turn my phone off and not answer it for the weekend, can't nobody come at me about it. That's what I can do whatever I want, and no one can come at me about it. That's what I love about it. I can hop in my car and go on a road trip. You know, nobody. I don't have to check in with nobody. I don't have to tell nobody where I'm at. Mm-mm. If I'm at a job and I want to quit that job, I don't have to run it past somebody. Hey, I'm really thinking, and not there's anything wrong with any of that, but I'm just saying, that's one of the things I love about being single. is I can do whatever I want, and there's no one I have to like justify it with, except myself. So that's probably my biggest positive of singleness is just the freedom. Like I just do what I want. Like sometimes I think I do a little too much of like doing what I want. When if I ever do get like in a relationship again, that's gonna be the scary transition for me. Is I'm gonna have to learn to be like, hey, I'm gonna go to so and so, or I'm gonna like have to keep my phone on. Like, I'm gonna have now I don't have to answer my phone. Someone messaged me, I might message them back 2 days later. Can't nobody tell me nothing. That's gonna be hard to be like, oh, I got a message. Oh, yeah. So yeah, that's one thing I love about is the freedom. For me, Angela agrees. I figured she would, and I think some of us are just naturally more suited to the single free lifestyle, and other people are more suited to a more of a we lifestyle, with somebody. And both of them are okay. Both of them are fine. I just know me. I'm just way more suited to this lifestyle than even when I've been in relationships and I appreciated having someone in my life. There still was times when I was like, "Ugh, not want to talk to her. Like nothing, you know what I mean? Just yeah. That's why I do the long distance thing. Tuesday, I agree. I agree. I feel like the discussion should be out there that, marriage and kids isn't the default. It's just an option. And that's kind of why I talk so much about it, is because you get not as many people do. These days more with the internet, but I know back in when I was growing up, no internet, there was no one ever saying you had the weird single guy, you know, but no one was ever like, that's an option. You can just stay single, not have kids. It was always just like, oh, whenever the weird single guy came around, as soon as he left, people was like, oh, he'll find somebody one day. And there was always that person was like, well, I think he's, and they were like, well, even then he might find somebody, you know. There's always those, but there was never anybody who was just like, hey, just let him be him. He's chilling. He's chilling. Back then, I never thought I would turn into him. I never had this overwhelming desire to have kids or be married, but you just assumed. You know what I mean? And that's I love the ideal of kids now growing up and being able to be like, man, I don't think that's for me. I just want to run around and have fun. Zach said I look skinny. I am skinny. I'm like very skinny. So the camera's working. I mean, yeah, a lot of people feel some obligation to populate the earth. And I mean that we do have natural urges to procreate. We do have natural urges to like procreate. That's why sex feels good, because it was programmed into us. Because if sex didn't feel good, none of us would do it. And there'd be no more humans, right? Wouldn't nobody have sex if it didn't feel good? It is the weirdest thing ever, if you think about it. You gonna put what weird? What? Yeah, it's crazy. If it didn't feel good, we'd never do it. So we have these natural urges to like. By the way, if you ever want to do like celibacy, ponder on that thought, and it'll help you to not have sex. It's just a genetic thing. Like it's programmed into us. It don't mean nothing unless you're doing it with someone where it really means something. Like all this running around, whatever, whoever, it don't mean nothing. It's chemicals in the brain. It's nothing. Um, but so there are some natural urges, but there's also the programming of like you must get married. The sleeping around is programmed in us. The marriage, I mean, is like natural, but the marriage, that's programming. You know. But I'm always of the people are like you're not doing your duty to help keep the human race going. And I'm like, why does the human race have to go on? No one can ever give me a good reason. Don't want the human race to go on? Sure, why not? But I'm like, what are we doing that justifies me like giving up my freedom to have a kid to keep it going on? If you really look at it, we do more damage than anything else. When it's our time to go, we gonna go. It don't matter who's having what kids. It don't matter how many babies get popped out. When our time comes, we're gone. When the earth is finally like, all right, these humans is tripping. They've been tripping. They've been tripping since about 1200 AD, but it's they really tripping now. We'll be gone. It don't matter who's popping what kids out, and it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Something else will come along. You think the dinosaurs didn't think they were king whatever, king poop, king of the poop pile? You didn't think the dinosaurs was like, bruh, can't nobody touch us. We just out here doing whatever we want to do. I'm a T-Rex. Y'all got, you know what I mean? You don't think they thought they was whatever? Gone. You don't think they was procreating? You don't think dinosaur sex wasn't a thing? You do not want, oof, that ain't even, I don't even want to think about a couple brontosauruses going, oh, a couple stegosaurus. Oh, stop. No, I don't even want to. Don't think about that, folks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't want to put, I'm sorry I put that visual in your head. Been 10 Jurassic Park movies. Nobody, 10 Jurassic Park movies. They knew not to put a dinosaur sex scene in one. I was, nah, that ain't even, nah, we'll get canceled. Tim brings it up though. Anyway, moving on. Our point is, when it's our time to be up out of here, we'll be up out of here, whether or not Tim has kids. Hey, retired 2019. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Thank you, sir. Says Tim, when I retired as a single person with no kids, I thought it was going to be a struggle. However, it's been the opposite. I've never been happier. Facts. Thank you for sharing, and I appreciate the love. Um, yeah, this man's living the dream. Here is a man who is living the dream. Retired, unmarried, no kids, living the dream. My people always say, what's your advice to 20-year-olds? Do like retired 2019. Live his life when you're his age. That's my advice to you. Yeah. Society tries to tell you this stuff. Did you really just say chicka bow wow wow, Angela? Wow. Society tries to tell us this stuff, and until we take the time to really figure out what works for us, you ain't gonna be able to reach the happiness level you want to reach. But the cool thing is when you take the time and figure out what's you, if marriage and kids is you, do it. If it's not, don't. But like anything, if it's you, do it. If it's not, don't. Because when you reach that level of like just doing what you want to do, that's when you're winning. That's when you're winning, winning, winning. A lot of us are winning already, when we take the time to think about it. But when we're really doing what we want to do, that's when you're winning, winning, winning. Because every day is a good day when you're doing what you want to do. In China, there's a surplus of men, not women. I saw that somewhere, Crystal. The opposite in America. We need to stop going at each other's throats and have a people swap then. Send some of them Chinese men over here. Figure it all out. Get that all figured out. Get that all figured out. That's much I won't say on that. I feel like I'd start a whole discussion about Chinese men, and I don't want, I know where that would lead. So, shout out to my Chinese men. Hope y'all find love if that's what you're looking for. Q boy, that's funny. That's funny. Don't do that, Q boy. Don't do that. You don't want to know what to pop up. Yeah, people love saying you'll die alone, and people ask me, and they do respectfully. Some people come out and be like, "You're gonna die alone," but some people respectfully like, "You're not afraid of dying alone." And it's like, if I'm chilling, living alone, I think I'll be okay dying alone. Like it just don't. That's not something I worry about. Like, I mean, if it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna be real. The ideal of dying in a room full of people I love does not intrigue me. I kind of want to die alone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be a whole this big ceremony and people standing around boo-hooing. Nah, you know what I mean? I look over there. There's my wife. I know I'm leaving her behind. I know I stopped paying the life insurance policy about 10 years ago. I know she's gonna be broke. I don't want all that. I would just much rather just be like, some a couple of my really good friends come through. All right, bro, they leave. I'm sitting there watching WNBA basketball on TV, and then I just fade off. I just not trying to like die with like, you know what I mean? I don't, I don't know, man. Yeah. So dying alone don't bother me. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Matt, good to see you, man. Yeah, I'm enjoying my day, man. I'm blessed. How are you? Bella, I feel like that's the $1 million question. Like, how do you find a compatible person? I don't know. As you can tell, I don't know. I think it just happens when it's as with every oof, got water all over me. I feel like as with every blessing that comes our way, when it's time to come our way, it'll come our way. I think that is one of the things that, and this is coming from someone who's never in a relationship. So what do I know? But I think that's one of the issues is a lot of times we try to force true love. Like one of the greatest people will tell you, proponents of marriage will tell you, and I agree that one of the greatest things you could possibly experience in this life on this planet as a human being is finding true love. I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. As wonderful as my life is now, I'm winning. We're all winning. Um, I feel like there are some levels I will not be able to reach alone because we're communal creatures. So if I was to find someone to spend my life with who were like we were truly in love, I would go to heights I can't go to on my own. I totally agree with that. What's funny to me is how people try to rush that and how like this is quite possibly one of the best feelings you could ever, you know what I mean? One of the biggest things that could ever happen to you. And we think that we can just go out and find that all willy-nilly, all randomly. It's like, nah, like that's big. That's huge. If it takes you 20 years to find the love of your life, it's worth it, you know? But we're like, nah, I'm just gonna keep going down to the club every week and I'll find somebody. You know what I mean? Like it's just not taking anything wrong with the club. But you know what I mean? I'm just like, it's like we think we can rush that. I'm like, nah, that's a blessing you gotta sit back and wait on for a lot of people. Matt, Super Chat Squad, thank you, thank you, thank you. Says you're the best big dog, another day sober. Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's clap that up. Let's go, Matt. You got this. And I'm loving seeing the positivity and you being up and all that, Matt, man. I'm loving seeing the progression, all that, man. So that's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you, Matt. Super Chat Squad. Appreciate the support. Real quick before we move on, if you're so inclined to do so, you don't have to. We're about to hit 200 likes. So if there's anybody who wants to, hit the like button, get us there. Boom, 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 boom. Bam, bam, bam. Boom, boom. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I'm just like it's one of the biggest things that can happen to you in life. And a lot of times we try to rush it. I know for me, the goal is to just keep working on myself, improving myself. If the universe, God sends that my way, sends a woman my way, there's no way I, with my little limited human knowledge, could know the steps to take to find someone compatible. You can take all your little eHarmony test and all that stuff. You know, you can go through all the the profile steps on Christian Mingle, but like that's a blessing that has to be sent your way, in my opinion. So I'm just like I'll just sit back and see if it gets sent. You know what I mean? So like I don't think there's anything you can do. I do think that like when people come into your life, you think, okay, this possibly might be the one. Well, then take the time to find out. And that's another thing. I think we just jump too quickly in relationships sometimes. Oh, he cute, she cute. The sex is good. She treats me okay. She look good. For the fellas, she fine. We jump into it, and it's like, nah, that might have just been a bridge to get you to Miss Right, Mister Right. Like I just sent that person to keep you some company. That wasn't the one. Universe up there looking great. You don't see all them red flags. I just sent that for a little funny fun. Get you whatever off until Miss Right's coming a year from now. Tighten up. I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't know if the universe sends you you friends with benefits. I don't. Maybe it does. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird growing up like a very religious family. I still have some stigma in my head about like sex before marriage, even though I'm just like, do what you do. It's hard to dig all that out. You know what I mean? As I was saying that, I was like, "Ooh, is that sacrilegious? Saying that the source sends you somebody to have sex with?" See, it's how you got to root this stuff out. It's hard, man. Oh, Barr said the beer gives me an Alan Watts type vibe. I like that. I like that. You know, Alan's my guy, man. I was reading some. I was reading some stuff on Alan Watts on like a forum somewhere. Um, and just I'd never really delved into like his life and none of this stuff that I really back up, read more to realize it was true. People were just saying some stuff about, thing like I knew he was a drunk, and people were saying stuff about how his life was before he died, and it kind of threw me a little bit. Like I wasn't surprised, and it kind of threw me for a little bit. But that made me once again go back to it's not the messenger, it's the message. Because a lot of people were like, Alan Watts could never be my guru because he was a womanizer and blah 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 and a drunk and all this. And I'm like, you're getting hung up on the messenger and not the message. The man has changed millions of people's lives. I know he changed my life. I literally, until recently, listened to Alan Watts every single day. I still do sometimes. That's the goal. The universe didn't say we're going to put Alan Watts here and he's going to be the perfect person. It said, no, we're going to put him here and he's going to deliver this message and it's going to help millions. Not to mention, bruh, like it's weird to me that so many people want to, and we still do this to this day with all types of people. If you're not in someone's position, you can't judge them. Oh, he's a womanizer. Because come on, and I'm not saying it's right, especially if he's married. I'm not saying it's right. But until you've been in a position where all types of women want or men on the other end of the spectrum, when all types of people are constantly coming up to you, trying to do whatever with you, don't judge nobody for taking advantage of it. Just because you sitting at your house and nobody's ready, don't come on now. This man is going to college campuses on a regular basis, talking all these young hot college girls all over him, and you gonna judge him? Okay, okay, okay. Something that's never probably happened to you in your life. You gonna judge this man? I'm getting worked up. They came for the guru. I'm getting worked up. No, I'm just saying. I don't know, but it's the message, not the messenger. It's the message, not the message. Even a lot of these pastors out there who, they might act a way that I don't know about. It not the way I would pastor if I was pastoring. But I'm like, hey, if they bringing people to God, I no judgment. I wouldn't do it, but no judgment. If the mega church brings mega people to God, can I really, I ain't gonna say it's right, but I'm gonna say it's wrong. It's the message, not the messenger. Retired 2019. Said sex is better when you're off the hamster wheel. Okay. Living the dream. I keep telling y'all, living the dream. I know a happy person when I see one. I know a happy person when I beat one. Thank you, Michelle. A lot of compliments on the beard. Thank you. I'm telling you, man, you can't judge somebody. That man lived his life, helped millions, helped millions. I don't know what I got my worked up. Sandra, if you're looking for a tribe, we here. If you're looking for a tribe, you're looking for a community. I'm a little biased, but I honestly, I think this is one of the best community. And I'm not saying this because of me. I'm just saying the love I get and the respect we have for each other and the topics we talk about without getting crazy. I'm usually the only one who gets a little crazy because I block everybody else. I think it's one of the best communities on the YouTubes. So welcome to the channel. Welcome to the journey. Welcome to the community. Stick around for a while if you got the time. Do I ever think I should have come from the '60s era? Nah. I think I was put here when I should have been here. I mean, like, if I got to pick a time period to live, I'd love to go back to, like, tribal times. The '60s were crazy. Honestly, I wouldn't wanna live in the '60s. The '60s were crazy. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Shout out to all the people who lived in the '60s, man. Shout out to the boomers, man. They a little, annoying now, but they they went through a lot. They went through a lot. Okay? They went through a lot. They got the right to be the way they are now. Shout out to the boomers. Glad y'all are still with us. They went through a lot. A lot of change. A lot of change. A lot of the principles we hold dear, a lot of them were the first generation to really put it out there. You know what I mean? So shout out to the boomers, man. Comfort Zone Studio. Appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Yeah, Matthew. Nobody gives the boomers love, man. We're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, you got to think about what they've been through. Empathy and sympathy. You got to think about what they went through. They see the world a little different, man. Like we do too. Oh, don't think when we get 70 and 80s that they're not gonna talk about us. We think, you know what I mean? Even the kids now, don't think they're not gonna be like, man, them millennials are so whack, or whatever the kids say 30 years from now. Them millennials got to go. Okay, millennial. All the stuff we say about the boomers, they're gonna say about us. Nature of the thing. It's the nature of the thing. Ooh, you remember when gas was 75 cents per gallon? Ooh. Ooh. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. And then you were born in 1994. Okay, okay. I see. What generation is that? 75 cent a gallon, boy. You could drive all over. You just drive just to drive when gas is that cheap. I ain't got nowhere to go. But it's 75 cents. Actually, back then, I'm sure you probably only made, you know, $3 an hour. But still, you could do better than it is now. Mita, you remember when gas was 99 cent in Southern California? Now it's 6.49. The times they are changing. The times they are changing. I think gas will go back down though. Gas usually does. Rebecca remembers when gas was 19 cents a gallon? Or are you just saying that, Rebecca? When was that? 19 cents a gallon? That's damn near giving it away. You just pull up to the pump, they just give you the gas. Just 19 cents a gallon. Wow. $10 will buy a dinner for four at McDonald's. Whew. It'll buy I think you can get a couple breakfast burritos. $10 now. I mean, they got the dollar menu, right? They got the dollar menu still. You can get a coffee and a couple stale McBiscuits. McBiscuits. That's not even a thing. McBiscuit. Oh man. Just think, 50 years from now, I might be saying, I remember when gas was $6. And some, smart aleck kid on YouTube is gonna be like, what? What? Timothy Ward, you're lying. You're old. I remember when gas was $6. $30 you could get a combo meal. You could feed a family for $40. When gas is $30 a gallon, gas is actually okay. We gotta have this conversation. Okay, okay. I gotta have this conversation. Maybe it'll make some of y'all feel better. Um, okay. This is 23 ounces of water of H2O, pure grade. It's probably tap water. but that this is going to run you what, $1, right? This is going to run you about $1 at the store on average, right? Dollar. All they did for this was pump the water from somewhere, probably a water processing treatment plant where it was urine three days ago. Uh, Filter it, pour it in this bottle, drive it up the road, right? The life cycle of this water from being in a body of water to being at the store, very short, right? And you pay $1 or more for this, depending on what the label is on it, right? You know what the life cycle of a gallon of gas is? Not to mention it's a gallon. This is a couple ounces, dollar, a gallon of gas. Do you know everything that has to be done to that before it gets to your car? All the pipelines and all the tankers and the trucks and everything and the refining it goes through. That's what I'm saying. Like we don't look at this stuff. We get used to paying $3 for a gallon of gas. When it goes up to five is a problem. But you pay $1, like a gallon of water would be like $12. For the price we pay for 16, 20 ounces of water, a gallon of water would be like $12, $15. So gas actually is kind of cheap, even when it costs more. For everything gas goes through, it's kind of cheap. Anything else would be quadruple that price. That didn't make anybody feel better. Okay, okay. They like gas still expensive. You got to think about this stuff. Hey, Bam Media, you're gonna start going live? Do it, do it. I'm telling you, you got to think about this stuff. I mean, no one wants to pay $6 for gas, but as you're pumping it, might feel a little better realizing that you're paying even more for your water. They're getting you on the gas, but they're really getting you on the agua. That's all I'm saying. Mohit says, "Hey Tim, does positive mindset or positivity mindset mean one ignores societal evil and the need for societal change? It does not. It does not. Um, because I feel like I don't think we have any responsibilities, but I feel like doing things to try to help everyone live the best life possible is kind of something I really want to do, and I think any good person wants to do. Um, so it's definitely not turning a blind eye at the evils and the ills in society. Um, but I think it involves not only seeing that. It's not turning a blind eye, but it's also not focusing solely on that. And I think most people do one or the other. Totally turn a blind eye, or that's all you focus on. And I see lots of people who really great people and they're trying to make a change, but I think they go so far into that's all they see. All they post is negativity. All that, you know what I mean? This is wrong. This is wrong. And it's like you got to have that balance. So I think having a positive mindset is like, okay, I realize there's things in society that like I wish weren't here. And I do what I think is right to like try to address those and help like people in those situations. But I also take a large portion of my time and my focus looking at the good things in life. Because it almost is, hey, Christina, thank you, Christina. I appreciate that. Super Chat Squad. Got the cheerleader. Hey. Christina, I appreciate that. Super Chat Squad. I appreciate the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I think it's Super Chat Squad. I think it's kind of, if all you do is focus on the negatives and like trying to change, I think you also need to focus on what you're trying to change it to. You know what I mean? What do you try? If I'm trying to help people out in this situation, I should spend some time thinking about what situation I want them to be in. But I think sometimes we just get too wrapped up and like this is wrong, this is bad, this is that, this is that, and it's like, wait a second, spend some time dwelling on the good. You know, let's spend some time dwelling on the good and like, hey, this is the life I love living. I talk about it, I live it. I want everyone to live this life as opposed to just being like this. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause where does that get you? It should just get you bitter and depressed. You never see one of the people who's solely wrapped up in all the evils in this world being a happy person. They might have a good heart. They might be coming from a good space. Do they look happy though? So it's just like you have to, and this is hard sometimes, but eventually you have to come to the realization like, I can only do what I can do. I always look at it this way. If I'm down, I'm going through a bad situation, as much as I love people being there for me and helping me, I want them to still go out and live their life. If I'm sick in bed like I was last weekend with some stomach flu, I don't want everybody else to stay inside because I have to. No, I want everybody else out there enjoying life. So the same is true with, people going through certain things in life. I'm sure they would want us to still live our life and still be positive and still focus on the good. That makes it easier for them. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think being a positive mindset is just like, oh, I think the world is perfect. Nah, come on. Like I see what's going on out there, and I try to do my thing to help it out. To help out. All this is that. But you can't stay totally focused on that because, like, where does that get you? Yeah, GMO slick popping. There's a balance. There's a balance. Life is all about balance. Anything out there we can get too wrapped up in it. So I was like, yeah, you got it. There's a balance. Colin said being too positive is a problem too. Uh, I would say you could get too wrapped up in being too positive, but that would be like really, really, really weird. You know what I'm saying? I try to be as positive as possible, which is different than being too positive. Um, Someone being too positive would be some weird. I'm trying to identify what it would look like, but it is all about balance in life. Um, so I guess it's possible, but I would almost rather that than too negative. No, it's all about balance. It is all about balance. Um, but I'm always going to be on the positivity end of the spectrum with while balancing in realizing the realities of the world. So yeah, maybe too positive is if you didn't still look at the world in the realities of it. You know what I mean? I see the realities of the world, but I'm positive about it. Overall. Yeah, Steven, you got to. That's why I say stop watching the news, man. People get wrapped up, bro. Like you'll see, like there will always be these buzz topics, and people. I'll see people who aren't even being affected by them talking about them. There's people I know the gas prices ain't bothering them because I see that the price, where I'm at, for instance, the gas ain't really that much higher. I know the gas price ain't affecting them. I know they ain't really like a lot of this stuff they're not directly affected by or affected that much, and they still go around talking about it because everybody else is talking about it. You can't just let the news dictate what you worry about in life. Okay, I may have to pay a little bit more for meat at the store. Do I have the money to pay a little bit more for it? Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna sit around and worry about inflation that ain't here. It's like, nah, but so many people do that. Whatever the news is telling them to worry about at that moment, they're gonna worry about. You got to be smarter than that. You don't have to be. You can fall for it if you want to. But if you want to live your unique life, you got to be smarter than that. Like, I'm not letting the news dictate to me what I worry about. I'm not trying to worry about nothing. I'm enjoy the good times. I'm endure the bad ones. You're not gonna tell me what I have to worry about. Nah, you're not gonna tell me what I have to worry about. Telling you, if you want to see some of the most unhappy people on the planet, the people who watch the news all day long. You want to see some of the happiest people on the planet? The people who ain't even got cable. The people who are doing stuff. They out taking walks. They're out in nature. They're spending time with loved ones. The people who don't, that person in your life who never knows what's going on in the news, I guarantee that person is like 10 times happier than everybody else around them. Did you hear about so and so? They're like, no. A lot of news stories I never even get. People like, remember a couple months ago when everybody was worried about so and so? I'm like, I didn't hear that. Like this hit me. This whole don't watch the news thing hit me when I was out at Yellowstone because there was like no Wi-Fi, there's no TVs, no air conditioning either. But that's a different story. But so all these news stories happened the 2 months I was there before I got fired and had to go somewhere else. That's another story too. Um, y'all have heard it. But if I would talk to somebody at home, they'd be talking about stuff I never. And a lot of times, by the time I got it, it was over. And they'd be, "Oh yeah, that was scary, wasn't it?" With this, and I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And that's when I realized, oh, a lot of this stuff does not directly apply to us. And if you never hear about it, you never have to worry about it. But so many people, we live in a day and age now where you can get news stories from all over the world. We were not designed to worry about everybody all over the world. We're designed to worry about threats directly. I won't even say designed to worry, but I think we're capable of having concern over some threats directly in front of us. Not what's happening in India, not what's happening in China, not stuff they're just making up. We're not designed to do that. You wonder about people are stressing out and stroking out. Mike Zero One Davis, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. So what's up, everybody? I'm such a great mood. Nice, great weekend. I hope everyone else is great. Also, nice. Like three greats in one sentence, three greats in two sentences, one paragraph. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Mike, I appreciate the love, the continued support. Glad you're having a great weekend. Hope you and the kids are all good, all that. Y'all go down and see another movie? Go down and see another movie? I just realized heard there's a cheap movie theater in my area. I'm not gonna get excited until I go and I figure out why it's so cheap. I'm not gonna be sitting in some uncomfortable seats. I'm not gonna be listening to my movie on Dolby Digital One. I need that TXX. Is that still the thing? THX? Is that still the? I'm not gonna be watching my movie in SkyMax. I need IMAX. Like y'all not gonna be. So anyway, thank you, Mike. Thank you. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. Oh, no movie today? Oh, okay, okay, okay. You just having a great weekend just on the strength, on the muscle. Alley Cat said, "We're designed for caution by margins of error through self-defense mechanism. Knowing you and how you react to stresses will help you navigate better." Okay, that was a lot going on there, but I'm with you. I think I follow. I think I follow. Okay. Mr. Fast a lot. Ooh, I like the name, Mr. Fast a lot. Oh, so watching this on the Greyhound. Nice, nice. I'm glad I hurried up and acknowledged your super chat squad. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate the support. Because if you're using the Greyhound Wi-Fi, you won't be watching long. Mr. Fast a lot. I hope you're on your cell sig. You're on your cell siggy. You're on your cell phone. Because if you're using the Greyhound Wi-Fi, it's gonna be a long trip. I was just messing with you. Let's keep it positive. That's all. You said, "Am I sweating?" That's crazy. I don't even feel like I'm sweating. That is crazy. Did I put on deodorant this morning? That is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on here? I gotta keep my hands down now. Mr. Fastlaw, I appreciate the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's crazy. I don't think I ever sweat like that. It's this shirt. I think it's this shirt. I'm gonna blame the shirt. I think it's the fabric in the shirt. It's making me perspire. Cheaper free activities I do to enjoy life. I hike, I walk, talk with my roommate, talk on the phone. Mainly just walk. I walk. I just go places. I hop on the light rail, go downtown. I just hang out. You know, walk around. Is it the coffee making me sweat? Is the coffee? Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. I will be right back. We back. Hey, free like summer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Free like summer coming through from Bulgaria, right? Bulgaria, right? Says I like to be informed and prepared, but I avoid feeling doom and gloom. The law of attraction always works, and it's important to feel good. Blessings. I agree. Super Chat Squad. Thank you for the love, the support. Um, yeah, the law of attraction always works. It's like gravity. I mean, it's a universal law. Yes, and I respect you wanting to be informed so you can prepare. I think that's why a lot of people, that's how they hook you if you're not careful. Now, if you're careful and you're like, all right, but if you're not careful, you'll just get hooked into like believing you have to watch every single news story every single day to be informed. My thing is like, if it's not something I can prepare for, I don't need to know about it. Now you're gonna say, well, if I don't watch, how can I know? I'm just like the things in life that really affect me, someone will tell me. I lived in Florida most of my life. If there's a hurricane coming, someone will tell me. Or I'll be in the store and be like, why is everybody buying the water up? Why is everybody buying the generators? They're like, it was a hurricane. Actually, they don't even say it with that much in their voice. They're just like, yeah, it's a hurricane. It's hurricane season. But I think a lot of people say, oh, I just need to be informed. So they just keep watching, keep watching. It's like, nah, like I don't. And there's another level of where I try to play in on the level I try to play on of I just let go of a lot of this stuff. Like if most of the stuff we try to prepare for, it don't matter. Someone asked me, how are you trying to prepare for inflation? I'm really not, but even if I was, I might prepare wrong. You know what I mean? I just let go of this stuff. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. I'm not so married to life or I love my current life, but I totally realize that at any moment it could shift, be taken away. Like I don't get all worked up trying to figure everything out no more. Some stuff I do, well, let's see if I can, predict this, but it's gonna do what it's gonna do. I'm not gonna get it right every time. That's what I say. If something's going on in the news and I don't see it, so I don't prepare for it, and something happens, whatever. Like it is what it is. The universe has got me. The universe has got me. God has got me. If there's something I need to know, it will. I'll hear it in my head. Tim, you probably should duck right now. You know what I mean? Okay, moving on. Moving on. Appreciate the love. Thank you. I'm just reading the comments, folks. I'm not frozen. Sorry to hear that, Diane. Sorry to hear that, Diane. But I'm glad you're out the hospital. But sorry to hear about your house and your dog. Damn. DJ Ruthful, I'm not gonna say you can't believe illness away. Some people say they did. There's accounts of people who said they just willed themselves healthy. I we live in a world where we feel like everything has to be like cut or dry, proven scientifically. I can't say anything isn't possible. Why couldn't you? Why couldn't you will illness away? Believe illness away? Huh? You know, that's the way I look at it. When people's like, "Oh, you couldn't do that," I'm like, "Why couldn't you?" If I cut my finger, it heals itself. Why can't other illnesses heal themselves? I'm open. I try to be open to everything. You know, yeah, bars. The placebo effect. People have done. People have done that. The Google placebo effect. Just read the stories. Then these are scientific studies and stories. I shouldn't even air quote it scientific. It's actually literally scientific stories where they've told people, we're giving you this treatment, and they did not give it to them, and the people got better. There was a story, what was it? There was a story of this guy who like had convinced himself he had something, had convinced himself, and he started coming down with symptoms of it. You can look this story up. But he had convinced himself. He was kind of in a mental state. He had convinced himself he had cancer or something. Every test they ran, he was fine. But he started having the symptoms because he had convinced himself he had it. And so, like, he kept going to doctors and they kept showing, like, you do not have anything, nothing's wrong with you, blah, blah, blah. Finally, they got this doctor. His family's at the end of the rope. We're like, we don't know what to do with this guy. He's fine, but he's making himself sick, which A shows you how powerful the brain is. So finally, they got a doctor who was like, okay, I'm going to say he has it. So the doctor was like, hey, all them went in there. Doctor was like, hey, all those other doctors were quacks. They're idiots. You have whatever. You are sick. You are sick, 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 sick. You are about to die. And he's like, hey, fortunately, though, I have a treatment. It might or might not work because you're very, very sick. It might or might not work, but I have a treatment. And they gave the guy sugar pills, placebo, sugar pills. And he got better in like 2 weeks. That just shows you the power of the mind. He got better in like 2 weeks. And he was like, thank you, doctor. I knew I was sick. No one else believed me. Thank you for this treatment. The story's more in depth, but that was the synopsis of it. He got better in like 2 weeks. That's how powerful the mind is. So there's nothing you can't say the mind can't do. You know what I mean? I think the problem is it requires belief. And most of us are so programmed to believe there's certain things we can't. Like DJ Rufo, you prove my point right here. You said, come on, guys, we're talking about a death causing illness. If you can actually do such a thing, people will be doing it all the time and will be teaching it. That's what we've been programmed to believe. There's no, and that is the only basis people have, is people say no one else does it, so it can't be done. Which is what they say about everything until it becomes mainstream. I'm not saying we can or we can't. I'm just saying we have no proof that it cannot be done other than the fact that people are not currently doing it. And we allow that to program us to believe it can't be done, which is really one of the craziest arguments you could ever have. Nobody's doing it, so it can't be done. They said that about everything. Ask the Wright brothers. If we were meant to fly, we'd be flying. You know what I mean? Like, that's the argument until it's proven wrong. And so we get programmed to believe, oh, in our social group, no one's doing it, so therefore it cannot be done. But some people, you know what I mean? Some people just don't naturally have that, and they're just like, I'm going to do this, and they believe they're going to do it, and those are the people that do it. I don't think the people that said they willed illness away are lying. I think they really believed it, and it happened. I think there's nothing we can't achieve if you can really convince yourself to believe it. I don't think there's anything you can achieve. Why would there be? What's stopping it? You know what I mean? What is stopping it? We're tapped in with the universe, universal power. Like, come on. This very same power and force that rises the sun every day, rises and sets the sun and makes everything, like, does all this. The very same force that created us. You don't, like, if you could tap into that, you don't think you can get rid of a, come on, you gotta, the very same force that created us, you don't think it could get rid of an illness inside of us? This is just me. Now, I totally understand some people don't believe that. I just don't limit the mind. Even if I personally can't do it, I'm not going to say somebody else can't do it. Like, why would you ever limit the mind? Every single thing you believe comes through your mind. Even the thought of, oh, that's something humans cannot do, comes through your mind. Everything goes through your mind. So why, like, how could there possibly be any limits on it? It dictates your very reality. Your very reality is dictated by your mind. Why would there be limits on it when it dictates reality? There's nothing it can't do then, because it can change your. I'm getting too deep. I'm getting too deep. The numbers are gonna start going down. I'm getting too deep. It's am I lying? I'm just your mind dictates reality, right? So if it can change reality, there's nothing it can't do. I'm getting too deep. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. I'm in my bag today. I'm in my bag. I'm sorry. The I cannot do this or this cannot be done is a thought that comes through your mind. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, yeah, there's gonna be a knock on the door soon. I better stop. It's too much truth. It's too much truth. I'm out here winning. I'm out here winning. Y'all are winning too. There's too much truth. It's too much truth. I see you, Rosanna. It's too much truth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It got real. It got real. Yeah, I need some more coffee. I need to I told y'all, a happy pocket full of money. It sounds like it's all about money. It's actually not about money. Um, Link in the description box. I'm telling you, check this book out. This will be one of the best $13 you ever spent. Y'all know me. I don't jump out the window crazy about books. On that note, um, I want to start reading a book every week, and some of the books, maybe once a month. Um, any of the books that really resonate with me, I want to start doing reviews and stuff on. Here's a book. I gotta wait till I finish reading this one, but here's a book I'm definitely gonna do a review on. I haven't really figured out how I'm gonna do it. Maybe like a book of the month club. I don't know if I'm gonna read some of it. We'll just talk about it. But the first book, and maybe we'll start in June, is one I've talked about before. I reviewed before, but I was going over a list of like the 10 books that like really shaped my life. Because a lot of times people say, "Hey, what are some of the stuff you've read to get you kind of on this path, or to help you along on your path?" So one of the ones that it's going to be the first book of the month or whatever, however I do it, is The Magic of Thinking Big. Like this was the first like real self-help book I read by David Schwartz. I've owned this book so many times. The first copy I bought, I got for 25 cents at the Lake City Flea Market. I'll never forget. Um, and the first book I ever read that like was saying kind of the things I was just recently saying, like saying a minute ago. Why limit yourself in your thinking? Like think big. Why do we think so small? That could never happen. I could never do it. What? What like what tells you that? It's the programming. But like what all these self-limiting beliefs we have, where do they come from? And why do we go along with them? Like we're scared to think big. So yeah, this is gonna be, I'm gonna reread it. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah, we're getting very booky. I know I'm doing good in life, folks, when I start reading books. That's always what I'm doing. Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So yeah. Y'all get ready for that. I gotta take a little swig of this kombucha. My blood sugar's going down. I got too real. See? I started getting too real. My blood sugar started going down. I had to, what is that? There's chunks of something in there. What is that? There's chunks of them. Is that supposed to be in there? All right. I mean, I'm not used to there being chunks in my kombucha. Now, this might be really good or really bad. Hey, we just hit 300 likes. Thank you. Renegade said, "You never realize how much of your life is wasted commuting to and from work until you're able to work from home." Facts, facts, and you don't realize how much time is wasted before the commute. You know what I mean? It's just not commuting to work. It's like you got to get up, you got to take a shower, you got to brush your teeth, and you got to do that. Like all this, you got to get dressed. But there's like an hour before the commute. Appreciate y'all hitting the like button. Thank you. There's like an hour before the commute And then when you get home, there's hours, kind of decompress. Like I was doing some research on remote work the other day. I got ideas, folks. This stuff is coming. We back out here. Moon Shadow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. With the mic drop. Oh, I can't do that no more. Thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. I appreciate that. I love the mic drop. I love that one. I love that one. Thank you, Moon Shadow. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Love it. Andrea, I could agree with that. You said it's an excuse because thinking big takes a lot of work. People don't want to work hard. It's like, yeah, but like you working hard with the crappy life. You don't want to put in a little work to get a better life. But I think a lot of people don't, if until like I said, until I read this book, like it never hit me to think big. You know what I mean? That's why I love that book. Always going to be indebted to David J. Schwartz for writing it. I think he's passed on to his next existence now, but I never thought about it. You just think that like the thinking that's you've picked up from everyone around you is normal. Like there's a drawback that comes from us humans being such social creatures. We get a lot from it. But one of the cons is that we start to think like everyone else around us. So if everyone else around us has limiting beliefs, you're going to have limiting beliefs. And until someone comes along, a voice crying out of the wilderness comes along and is like, hey, you can think and believe whatever you want and do whatever you want. That's not going to ever occur to you. You just think that what everyone tells you is the truth is the truth. And yes, it is important after thinking big to actually take some action. Yeah, that's the second step. Excuse me. Most people never even get to the thinking bit. Like we don't even allow ourselves. You know how crazy this is? We don't even allow ourselves to think that we can do certain things. We don't even allow ourselves to entertain the idea that we could have the life we want. As soon as the idea pops in our heads, we shoot it down. Well, I can never do that. Bro, let yourself daydream about it at least. What are we doing? I'm telling you, it's crazy. The things we do to ourselves is crazy in these streets. But once you start to see it, you can start working on it, But it's just these limiting beliefs, man. Like you can do whatever you want. The excuses. And another thing too, yeah, going back to the comment about things being hard, that's another one too. Like a lot of times our excuses are, but it's hard. Yeah, I know I could do, sometimes we get to a point, like, maybe I could do that. But yeah, after doing this, blah, 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 blah. Bro, like no one ever said living your dream life is hard, but pretty much every woman and man I know who's doing it, it says it's worth it. No one says it's easy, excuse me. No one ever says it's easy, but everybody says it's worth it. Like you working hard now on the crappy life. Why not put that hard work towards something for yourself so you have something to show for it 2, 3 years from now? We'll work hard for the man, for the woman all day long. But after work, hey, work hard on your own life for a couple hours. Oh, I'm too tired. I can't do that. Well, okay. You mean like no judgment. Do what you do, which is weird to me. Like, bro, like it ain't gonna always be easy, but it's worth it. Like, bro, get that happiness. Dream with the lid off. That's what Mel Robbins said that the other day. Dream with the lid off. Like, why would you ever limit your dreams? Like, even if you don't get to them all, nothing says you can't dream about them. You know what I mean? Even if some of them you don't get to in this lifetime, you can still daydream about it. Like, come on. Renegade, glad to hear you're living the simple life, working remotely. Nice, nice. I think that's amazing. Would have been the live big moments for me. I know, like, being able to go overseas was huge, you know what I mean? That was huge for me. There's been a lot of, like, live big, you know what I mean? Because going to Alaska was big, like, just I have a lot of small live big moments, if that makes any sense. Like, things I just never thought I would do, and some of them may not be that huge, but in my head it's big. It's like, "Wow, you're doing that." But yeah, like, being able to solo, like, bro, I would have never thought I would hop on a plane by myself and go out the country. To be able to do that 3 times, and we about to get back to that, but that was crazy, like, crazy to me. That was, I never even thought about growing up traveling. So, like, something like that is crazy to me. And that's the thing, like, you don't have to believe in the law of attraction working on everything. Some people do. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, like, there's no rule that says you have to believe. Like, do what you do in your own life, whatever makes you happy, but, like, I would just never, if when I run across people who believe a certain way, I'm never gonna say they're wrong. And I think a lot of people do that. I'm never gonna say you can't believe yourself into this or out. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna limit someone else's thought. I might be like, hey, I haven't figured out a way to do that in my life, but, like, I'm never gonna say it can't be done. Why would you ever say something can't be done? Why? Baron von Common. I love that name. Yeah, like I said, it's not easy. Like leaving the rat race, not easy. You know, there's a million reasons not to. Not saying they're good reasons, but there's a million. You know what I mean? There's so many things that come out with this. I found that if it's meant to happen, life will usually throw something, a monkey wrench or something in your way that'll be the catalyst for you to do it. I know a lot of people's like, yeah, I was scared to, pull the trigger on doing so and so, and then they fired me. Not saying that I don't want you to get fired, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of times life comes to your aid, and it'll be like, all right, I'm gonna throw this your way, this situation. And you're like, yeah, I'm ready now. So a lot of times it's timing. A lot of times we got, just it's if something doesn't feel comfortable, I'm big on, do it when it feels right. Do it when it feels right. Because we're all different. All our journeys take us through different trails and whatever roads and trails. And so, like, if you can identify, say, yeah, I like the sound of that, but I just don't think it's time for me yet. It might not be time for you. When it's time for you, it'll be time. Alan says, Tim, what is something you would go back and change about your late 20s? Nothing. Nothing. I always say I love my life now, and everything I went through and did back then made me the man I am now. So I wouldn't change a thing. Like, and I had a lot of fun. I paid the price for all of that fun, but, like, still paying the price for some of it. But I think, but no, I wouldn't change anything. Like, why would you ever change anything in your life? Like, because I could go back and change something, and then that change causes me to die at 31. You know what I mean? So, like, I wouldn't change anything. Yeah. I mean, it's a learning experience. Yeah. So yeah, I'm good. Good. A lot of good talk going on in the chat. Loving it. Loving it. Jeremy checking in. Hello. Painted Sunset Camping is gonna be your future. Okay. Okay. Do it. Do it. Do it. Get that good camping stove. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Alan, live and learn, no regrets. You know what I mean? Like, it's. I think we as humans have this ideal that, like, everything needs to go perfectly. If life was perfect, you get bored. I think that's why we have pain and suffering, because it allows us to appreciate the non pain and suffering times, the pain free times. Um, but just, yeah, I mean, it's a learning experience. Like, it's. I think if you're doing it right, right? You learn from the mistakes you make. You learn from the pain. You learn from the suffering. Like it's, I think it's there for a reason. I don't think that which put us here made a mistake. I actually spilled some suffering on that universe. No, like I think it's too much suffering. Ha! I think it's it's part of the game. So I wouldn't want to rob myself of any growth by changing anything. Not to mention, how would I change it? Like I don't. What do I know? I totally screw my life up try to change things. Jeremiah, I've never really had a time where things felt completely hopeless, except back in my late teens, early 20s when I was super depressed, which I've talked about before. Um, and back then, I tried to end it all. It was hopeless. Why even be here? Fortunately, the universe, God, pulled me through. Um, but since then, I haven't really felt totally hopeless. Fortunately. I don't know how I would react to if my chemicals got out of whack again and I felt that way again. I would like to think that I could call upon some of the, stuff I've been reading and listening to and the love I get from the community and my people and friends and family and just deal with it until it passed. Um, I would like to think I would do that now. In the chat talking about jetpacks. Oh, I'm missing something. Klaus checking in from Denmark. That's a very Denmark name, Klaus. Love it. Big P90. Hey, I'm glad to still be here. I'm glad to still be here. Yeah, Angel, it's a fight. Positivity is a fight. I do think it over time gets a little easier and it becomes more just like, all right, yeah, all right, I gotta stay positive. Yeah, I'm positive. You know what I mean? I think it's a fight that gets easier over time. Um, but it's a fight. So you mean like because all around us is negativity. All around us is negativity. Did I save money before taking this journey? I had $1,000 in the bank, Rodney, and my friend Ray, shout out to Ray Ray, love you. He gave me 250, like the day I was leaving. So I had $1,250 in the bank. I think I still have that $1,250 because I just started doing seasonal work. I started saving money. You know, started really getting a little more serious about some of my online stuff. So, but I know people who do like the way I do it through like seasonal work. I know people who have no money because they blow it all on drugs and alcohol, which is do you. Um, can't knock them. But yeah, I know people who do it with no money. So the great owl. I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for checking in. Oh, DJ, I've been good. I've been good. Blessed. Blessed. I cannot complain. Winning. Like I was telling myself this. Damn, Tim, you're winning. Like this is the life you wanted, man. You got it. Like, bro, like you got to stop and smell the roses, like take it in. I think sometimes we get too wrapped up in the problems and all this other stuff. And we don't take the time to stop and be like, oh, my life is good, good. You know what I mean? It ain't perfect because nobody's is, but it's like my life is good, good. Like I'm blessed. Like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Can I complain? The best way to afford an RV, Queen Butterfly. I would. I mean, work, save up money. I guess finance one. I don't know. That's a hard question. It's like a interestingly worded question. Going to the doctor without insurance. This is something I've done for years. The urgent care centers are a good outlet for anything that's not serious. You know, anything that's not serious, it's going to cost you 100, $150. But anything that's not serious, you might just need a prescription, something minor done. There's urgent care. Also, a lot of places have like clinics and other places that have like sliding scale fees. So if you don't make a lot of money, you don't have to pay a lot. So I did that in Florida for a year or so one time. My copay was like 15 bucks, and it was honestly, there was a problem I had that I had for like 6 months and no one could solve it. And I went to that clinic and they fixed it like second time around. Went in there, ran some blah, 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 ran some tests, try this, didn't work, came back again, boom. And I had spent so much money trying to get this taken care of for months. And that like really affected the quality of my life. It was amazing. So yeah, if you research your area, especially if you live in a bigger city, um, but a lot of places have the health department, clinics, stuff like that. You can get discounted healthcare. You know, um, there's usually places. Some people go down to Mexico, or out the country, but there's usually options if you take the time and research. A lot of times we don't, and we're just like, oh, I have to have insurance. And nothing wrong with insurance, but if you don't have it, there are options for like getting treatment. Emmanuel says, I'm torn between moving to a place I would love to live that does not have many business opportunities compared to where I would live now with great business opportunities. Move to the place you love. Move to the place you love, Emmanuel. You'll thank me. You'll thank like, bro. Always go with what you love. Always go with what you love. Like it's you'll be so glad when you go. And then you might find business opportunities there you didn't know were there. That's usually how it happens. Philip said, Tim, where do you go to charge your electrics when you're on the road? I stay in a lot of I would stay in hotels pretty regular or Airbnbs. So even if I did sleep in my car for a couple nights, I would, eventually get a hotel or I mean there's libraries, things like that. And the only electrics I have is like my phone and my laptop. So yeah, I just go to the library, charge them up. Aisha said, what's for dinner? I think I'm gonna do Subway. I think I'm gonna do Subway. Yeah, I think I ain't had Subway in a while. I've been kind of watching my for the past few days until yesterday. I was watching what I ate because I had that stomach bug last weekend, but I had like fried chicken yesterday, and I paid for it this morning. 4 pieces of fried chicken, 4 fried chicken thighs. I can't do that. Actually, I can do whatever I want, but I know my body currently does not react to that well. See, you got to start. You got to start watching. What's wrong with Subway? I'm learning to words are powerful, so I'm learning to reword a lot of the things I say. I'm not gonna say I can't eat that. No, I can eat it. I can do whatever I want. Currently, my body reacts weirdly to it, so we need to work on that. Um, Clear vision. I've thought about living in a van or a vehicle. I lived in an RV for a while. It was stationary, but currently I don't have any plans to live in a van or vehicle. But I think it's a lot of people doing it. I think a lot more people are going to be doing it as the next 5 years, next 5 to 10 years progress. So hey, if you can find a cheap van now, get it. Buy up any cheap minivans you can find. Beach Hut? No, I don't think I've ever eaten Beach Hut. Hey, I see you, James. At the red lights, working on the headlights. Jam of the summer. I called it. Gemma, checking in from Wales. Nice, nice. Love your nature chats. Very refreshing talks. Hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I definitely want to do some more of those. It snowed. I probably would have done a walk and talk this weekend, but it snowed in May. So, and I gotta stuff I gotta do tomorrow. But yeah, I'm trying to get a walk and talk, nice little nature walk. Bar said I can buy I can make my own subs. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware. It's always funny when people give me suggestions that are obvious. Like I just mess with you. Like yeah, it's like I know I can buy my own sandwich meat and make my own subs. You know what I mean? Like it's Subway's easier. But yeah, you're right. You're right. I probably if I'm gonna be budgeting next month, I might have to actually. I'm over here laughing. I'm probably gonna have to. Yeah, it snowed in May. It was crazy. Like it snowed. Like I had to like scrape this much snow off my car. Like literally. Like it was a block of snow on top of the car. Like it was crazy. Yeah, Angela, send us that heat, which is back. It's back in the 60s today, so it's chilling. All right, folks, I'm gonna be right back. It's okay. We back. What were we talking about? The coffee's going through me. You're right. Do I think the government has a weather machine? I think there are documented proofs that there's weather machines. I don't know how much they can do, but I think we're at a level of understanding and technology where we can affect the weather. I think so. I think so. Wild things is how do I stop living in everyone else's reality? I feel like I burn all my free time on everyone else's plans, like birthdays and events. I rarely get any of my own time. I think you got to put your foot down and just start saying no. You know, like it is very important to take time out for yourself. And I think sometimes it might seem rude. Some people might not understand it, but I think sometimes you just got to put your foot down and say no. I can't do it. Not today. Not this weekend. You know, and the more you do it, the more people come to realize that's you, and then it'll become easier to do. You're just like, I can't do it. Not this week. If you're just like, hey, the first weekend of every month, I take for me. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. It's for me. There'll be resistance in the beginning if people are used to you always being out, always doing stuff. But eventually they'll be like, yeah, it always takes the first weekend. So it's just eventually you just have to make it a point to have time for yourself, because that is important for your well being, your mental health. And then the more you do it, the more people will get it and understand it, and they'll oh yeah, he ain't gonna be out today. She ain't coming out today. Yeah, yeah, and then gets easier, but it's initially, yeah, it is kind of hard to just be like, because people understand. But it's like, I got, if you're already asking questions like that, it's obviously an issue. So yeah, I would just start setting aside times that you're just like, I'm not doing anything but me stuff. Like you got to schedule in the me time, or other people will take it all your time. Yes, yes. Hey, the budget banker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. The budget banker coming through. Super chat squad. Thank you. Says you speak a lot of truth. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you as well. And I appreciate you appreciating me. Thank you. See all that appreciation. Thank you. Super chat squad. Thank you so much. And Matt coming behind Super chat train. Matt Burke, the budget banker, a lot of bees. Um, Matt said sobriety is priceless. Every day my brain is healing. The thoughts of using substance is fading further and further away. Thank you a million times over. I will never forget you on my journey. Hey, Matt, that's amazing. That's amazing. And you're absolutely right. That's one of the benefits of sobriety, that you can say it, but until you feel it and you just start feeling different thought processes coming back and brain cells being rewired, it's a beautiful thing. And thank you so much for the support. Budget banker, Matt Burke, thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. And yeah, bro, Matt, like I'm Always happy to, see your progression, man. Roland says, "Is Alaska always gloomy for most of the year?" It is not. It is not. Funny you mentioned that, Roland. Google Photos out of nowhere started like showing me memories, our old photos, and so this week in 2016, so what was that? 6 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, was when I went to Alaska. So or maybe last week in the photos, but this was this month, definitely in 2016 is when I went to Alaska. So it's showing me a lot of my Alaska photos, which is pretty cool. Um, it's just good to look back, but it definitely was not gloomy. In the summertime, it's summertime. So yeah, definitely was not gloomy when I was there. There were some gloomy days, but like not summer in Alaska is amazing, man. Like I gotta get back. I gotta get back. Yeah. So I say go for it. And no, I've never worked front desk. I always work housekeeping. Front desk and housekeeping, they have this weird rivalry. So I ain't even trying to play on that team. Yeah, yeah. So I'm HSKP. I'm housekeeping, you know, strictly. Hey, TDI. I was it STD. I was about to say STD. TD, TDI. TDI said, "Tim, I had one drink yesterday, ordered another one, but left it alone. Nice. I want to take baby steps to ultimately stop drinking altogether." And I think, and that's the move. That's the move. And glad to hear that. You know what I mean? That's little steps like that. Hey, usually I have about five. Today I had one. You know what I mean? Just even ordering one and then walking away, like that's the progression. Um, and just identifying you want to take it slow. I'm gonna give myself time. I'm gonna take it slow. I think that's a beautiful thing. So keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Oh, here's a good question. Roland said, "How do you not see yourself as a constant victim and live as the hero in your own story?" Um, I think by first identifying like we all have our stuff. We all have our issues. It's the world is not out to get me because I'm a black man in America or whatever you might be, because you're a gay woman in China. You know what I mean? The world is not out to get you. We all have our stuff, and I think it also helps too to look at people who have it even worse. We all have our stuff, and some people got some stuff. You know what I mean? One of the charities I like to donate to is like St. Jude's. And every time I go on the website to like donate, it shows you pictures of all these children with cancer and other, leukemia and all this. Looking at something like that takes me totally out of victim mode. I got my stuff, yes, but I got to grow up. Okay. You know what I mean? So like looking at other people and seeing what other people are going through, people who have it worse than us, physically, things of that nature, mentally, a lot of mental health out there. Some people aren't even in the right mind, so that takes me out of victim mode. It's just realizing everybody has their stuff. Some people got some stuff, right? So, and it also puts me in the gratitude mode because I'm like, oh, I'm grateful for the health I have, for all the stuff I do have. And then gratitude mode puts you in, hero mode, can lead to hero mode. Dang, I got all this going for me. I'm so grateful. I'm winning at life. Let me do something with this. But the big thing is, yeah, when you're in victim mode, go take a look at what some other people are dealing with, and that'll snap you out of victim mode pretty quickly. Or it should. How far behind am I in the comments? Okay, we're not too far behind. Hey, the R Hodge experience. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Super Chat Squad. I'm good, brother. I'm good. It's good to see you. I'm good. I'm blessed. Appreciate the support. Good to see you. Super Chat Squad in the building. I appreciate the support, everyone. And the likes are looking lovely. The likes are looking lovely today. I think we're breaking new records in attendance and likes. Is it possible to hook up with female van lifers? I'm sure it is, Roland. I mean, there's so many of them on YouTube and Instagram and social medias now. You get your DM game up, you probably I'm not saying they're easy or nothing. I'm just saying people on the road, they get lonely. Hey, the meaning behind the art piece. I personally see it as like, the solo samurai, the lone warrior, and I see all those other swords as like fallen comrades, and it's just kind of like I see it kind of as people will come in your life, they go out of your life, but you got to travel this thing alone ultimately. That's kind of what hits me about it. It's a life is a battle that you'll from time to time have companions, but at the end of the day, it's you, So that's kind of how I look at it. Yeah. Amazon, $25. As soon as I saw it, I was like, ooh, that's me. That's your boy. I like it much better than the bookcase. I'm throwing that bookcase away if my roommate doesn't want it. Oh, Jennifer, it's your birthday? Nice, nice. Glad you made it another one. Glad you made it another one. Oh, I like that. You're a fax machine. I like the fax machine. I like that, Jennifer. That was witty. That was clever. I like that. Roland, I'm actually not that fit. I just am skinny. So I'm actually out of shape right now. I'm just not. I'm just skinny. Like I have a high metabolism, so but I'm really not fit and in shape. And then I don't go to the gym. Bentley, yeah, maybe one day I'll go back to the Philippines. I just got so many other places I want to go, and the Philippines just didn't speak to me. Like I'm just, like it was cool. But I really think the Philippines was a one and done. Like it just wasn't a place. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go back. There's lots of islands everywhere. You know what I mean? So it's like this is another place I want to go. Oh, Christine L. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I like that sticker. What's he doing? Thank you, Christine. Thank you, thank you. I get way too emotionally involved with the stickers. I get like Tim. On the one hand, you on here thinking you dropping some deep knowledge. The other hand, you over here. But that's what we do. That's what we do here. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. Super Chat Squad. Appreciate the love and the support. Thank you. Thank you. AS said, Tim, if your car was repossessed and you live in the middle of nowhere, what's the first thing you would do about work? Probably quit my job. Be like, I can't come in. My car's repossessed. I don't know. That's a very, very hypothetical situation. I don't know. I'd need more information about what was going on. No, I've never been to Slab City. I just never looked appealing to me. Oh yeah, retired 2019. I can hike 6 miles. Yeah, yeah, easy, easy, easy. Yeah, yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, it's easy. No, Denise, I think I'm gonna throw it away. The bookshelf. I ain't got no use for it. I might put it out by the dumpster. Somebody else wants it, they can have it. I ain't got no use for it. Like it's brand new. Like I don't need to paint it. It's brand new. Yeah, I like to read, but I don't really keep the books. I'm a minimalist, so like I don't keep the books. Like these books here, um, they'll yeah, I'll probably give them away. Like, yeah, so yeah, it's I just don't yeah, I'll just put it out by the dumpster. Oh, glad the videos help you sleep at night, Christine. Putting you to sleep. Is that a compliment? No, Josh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Bentley, like I said, the Philippines just didn't speak to me. Like there's really nothing else to say. Like it just didn't speak to me. So like there's so many other countries I haven't seen. So like it would just be kind of weird to go back to a country that didn't speak to me in lieu of going to a new country. So yeah, that's really nothing to say. It just didn't speak to me. So Roland, I never had a van, but I was doing a lot of road tripping in my car. I mean, yeah, the thought that it could break down obviously pops in your head, but I just don't spend no time. Why worry about the car breaking down until it breaks down? You know what I mean? Like yeah, I know it's a possibility, but it's also a possibility I blow a tire and careen off the road into a tree and die. But I don't, spend no time worrying about it. Like so, yeah, it's a possibility it'll break down, but I don't worry about it. There could be an earthquake and this whole apartment fall on me and kill me tomorrow. I don't worry. I'm not sitting up here like, you know what I mean? Like, so no. Our Hodge experience. When I first started YouTube, there was like no concept of, I've been on YouTube like 10 years. So like there was no concept of YouTube being what it is now. So like now people come on with the ideal of, making it a income or growing it, blah blah. Like back then you just did it. Like, there's some people who blew up. You were just like, oh, okay. So no, I didn't really have a strategy back then. Like low key, high key, wish I could know back then what I knew now. But no, there's no strategy. I just did it off the strength, off the love, which is cool. I mean, so it means I've enjoyed the process the whole time. A lot of people now come in the game with goals for YouTube, and so I think it's not as enjoyable when you're like, I want to get so many thousand subscribers. I want to get monetized. I want. There was even no concept of monetization when I started. They just sent me an email one day and was like, "Hey, you want to be monetized?" And I was like, "I don't know what that is, but okay." I almost didn't do it. This was 9 or so years ago. I almost didn't do it. I was like, "All right, I'll do it." I don't even know what this. I'm sorry, I'll do it. Best one of the best decisions I ever made. But yeah, there was no concept of YouTube being what it is now. So I didn't have a strategy. I just made videos. Twist on. Yeah, I think it's normal for some people to be tired of going through the effort of meeting new people at 30. Like, what's the, you can get to the point, like, what's the point? You get to the point, you're like, what's the point? I'm good. I don't think that's weird. Mainly, he's really trying to sell the Philippines. I don't understand. It's like a compulsion going on here. I'm just joking. I'm just gonna actually I'm not even gonna address it because it's annoying me. Easier said with Meg. Yeah, man. Worrying brings your vibe down. Like, why worry about it? If I died today, would I be satisfied with my life? Totally, totally. I'm blessed. You know what I mean? Like, I'm blessed. Charity, how you doing? Yeah, I'm good. I always say they can take me tomorrow, bro. Like, there's things I still want to do, but I'm good. Like, I say, I'll take another 50 years, but I'm good. This thing keeps jumping on the comments. Retired 2019. I think I like between hotels and Airbnbs. I like them both about the same. You know, I don't really think I have a preference. Like, I kind of like both of them. The Budget Banker. I had a copy of Your Money or Your Life by Vicki Robbins years ago. I don't think I ever read it. I kind of read around it. I think I might have read like half of it, but I had a copy of that years ago. Lena Love, hello, hello. Ooh, excuse me, that kombucha is coming back up. Donovan told somebody he's content with your life. He looked at you like you'd morphed to a cabbage. Some people don't get it. Some people don't get it. It's and here's the thing too. You can be content and still have ambition. I don't understand why people think they're mutually exclusive. I can be content and still have other things I want to do. I just realize that if I don't get to do them, I'm good now. You know what I mean? Paul, good to see you. Hey, yo, I definitely think it's crazy, the programming, the way we're taught to live. Totally, totally. I that's my whole message. It's crazy. Praveen, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Praveen said your live stream just made my day better, Tim. I wasn't in a good mood before I joined the chat. So thank you so much for going live and doing what you do. Hey, you're welcome. And big shout out to everybody else in the chat, everybody else who's a part of this. I'm glad we could make your day better, Praveen. Don't need you in a bad mood. Don't need you in a bad mood. No, you got to be in a good mood. It's against the law to be in a bad mood on the 22nd of May. It's gonna be. Thank you for me, Super Chat Squad. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, yeah. The R Hodge experience. Just creating and vlogging and making videos for the fun of it is cool. And I actually think that's the best strategy. Because I think you stick with it longer that way, and then eventually a lot of those metrics you're trying to hit, monetization, X amount of subscribers, X amount a month in profit and income will come. I think those are the people who stay for the long term, or the people who are just like, I'm just doing it for fun. I'm just doing it to add something to my life. You know, and there's so many like people that are coming to your life, or connections you'll make, or different opportunities that'll come from like being online that you don't even think about because you can't until they happen. That is just this really cool. I'm big on like, yeah, if content creation, especially like videos, is something you love doing, it's a beautiful thing. Um, and over time, yeah, it is. Even you can add to it. Okay, I'm doing it because I love it, but let me, you know, learn a little more. Like in 2020, because I was getting all that government money, I was getting them Trump checks. I took a course. I took a online YouTube course. It was Income School was the one I took. It was $500. It was $500. It took me many a night. You ever done the hover over the buy it now button where you're like, you put your information in and you're like, I'm like, ah. I'm like, Tim, it was free money anyway. Um, totally worth every penny. But it taught me a lot of strategies, got me a little more because you got to get serious. You spend $500 on a course, you better use some of that. So it was money well spent. But my point was that, like, yeah, as do it for the love and do it for the fun, you can start incorporating strategies. Okay, let me do this, let me do that, let me look into this. As opposed to, I think, like starting out that way, you put a lot of pressure on yourself. But like, if you're just doing it because you love it, and then you want to incorporate a little more seriousness and strategy, all that, then it's not as much pressure because you still love it no matter what. Hopefully. Roland, there are not a crazy amount of Black people in Alaska. Now, keep in mind, I've only been to a certain part of it, but there are definitely tons of females. There are so many women in Alaska. Trust me, if you're a dude and you go to Alaska, I think there's more women than men in Alaska. So yeah, don't worry about that. I know it. I thought Alaska was going to be just nothing but like old white dudes. It's not. And Anchorage is very diverse. Anchorage, you got Black people, Native people, Mexican people, white people, a lot of island people, Polynesian people, Russian people. Like Anchorage is very diverse. Um, but I would let I mean, don't. I think we need to stop asking, are there people that look like me where I'm going? And just ask ourselves, do I want to go there? If there ain't nobody who looks like me, well, there's gonna be one when my plane touches down, because daddy's coming. And the beautiful thing is, fellas, take notes. All my young single guys and ladies too, all my young or old, everybody take notes. Unless you're in a relationship. Or you could be in an open relationship. Get to the point, Tim. If you go somewhere where nobody looks like you, everybody there who likes what you look like, you'll get them all. If you go somewhere where nobody looks like you, all the people who like what you look like come to you. No competition, bruh. If I go somewhere and there's no black dudes, all the women checking for black dudes looking at me. Come on. Doesn't matter who you are. That's why you got to mix it up. Travel the country, travel the world. You're going to go somewhere in your travels where you ain't. And there's going to be somebody like, dang, I've been waiting. I have been waiting years for whatever you look like to pop up. I had this happen to me on one of the reservations one time. I had this happen to me on a Native American reservation. Stalked me. Found the bar I was at. We've been chatting over, I think it was Tinder or something. Told her I was in town, told her I couldn't hang out. Ended up hanging out. Ended up going out with my friends, with my Polish friends. She found the bar I was at. Nah, we doing this. We doing this. She said, black dude in my town, he not getting away. She said this. She's like, nah, you not getting away. Don't no black dudes ever come here. She's like, you're not getting away. So I was obligated. I was on her land. We all got to do what we can do to help fight the injustices. That part might have been too far. This is a true story. This is a true story. My point is, you go somewhere where people don't look like you rack up. You got to think about this stuff. I be thinking about this stuff. I got the cheat code. Hey, go to Greece. Retired 2019. Yeah, go to Greece. Go to Greece. See what happened. You be like, yeah, I think I'm gonna stay over here. I think I'm gonna stay over here. I had to. I was on her land. It'd be disrespectful not to. It would have been disrespectful not to. That was one of them. That was a fun experience. That was fun series. Driving the Cadillac Escalade through the back roads of the reservation. I was drinking back then, so we were both blitzed out of our mind. Oh, that was a fun. That was one of them life resume stories. That was fun. Yeah, I mean, every now and then we talk about them. You want to travel somewhere to stand out? Well, you already been to Montana. In the U.S., man, you know all these states in the U.S. Idaho, Wyoming, South Dakota, North Dakota. North Dakota was where I first realized this, because North Dakota was like the first trip. It was like 2010. I went to work on the oil rigs, and like I always say, you know the looks you get, right? You know the people who typically look at you, like your hotness level. Yeah, you kind of learn. So I was in North Dakota, and where was I? Damn, where was I? What was that place? So many places. They're all running together. Not Minot. Williston. Williston. Um, and women just kept eyeing me. And these are women that typically wouldn't eye me. You know what I mean? Or wouldn't have been that obvious. And they were just like, in a good way though. It wasn't like they were like, no, it was in a good way. And I'm like, what is going on here? And I'm like, oh, they checking for the brothers. I'm the only brother here. And let's be honest, they had to know that I was there to work on the oil rigs. So money, you know? So that helped. But I was like, wow, that's the first time they ever hit me. Because that's the first time I've really been out of like this house. Other than when I was a really little kid. So I'm like, oh, they checking for the brothers. I'm the only brother here. The only problem there was I was working so much. that I didn't have no time to explore. Um, yeah, we're talking about looks again. Yeah, accent. Yeah, yeah, we all know in America, if you got a British accent, ooh, ooh, we get weak. All y'all folks from the UK, y'all come over here with that accent, we get weak. Oof, heartbeat still. Okay, moving on. In my experience, rolling, people are just good, nice, all cool. They're neither. In my experience, people are nice. They're good. They're friendly. That's my experience. People are just people. They trying to pay their bills. They trying to eat. Like they hold the door for you. They say hello. Like people are just people. Like people are nice, man. That's my experience. But once again, I feel like you shape your reality. I feel like you shape your reality. So I try to be a good person, be a nice person. I try to spread love. Everywhere I go, that's what I get. And if I ever pull up somewhere, which has only happened once, and I didn't feel that vibe, I was like, well, this ain't the place for me. But like I just don't, I don't believe the world is super racist. I don't believe the world is bad. Like I just that's not the world I live in. That's not the reality I live in. So that stuff don't even seem to I don't seem to come across it. And if I ever do, I just move on. Like it's not a big I don't focus on it. So I think people are just good people. Oh, free like summer, you got a Balkan accent? That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Yeah, back then rolling the oil rigs were paying I think I was making like 2,800 a week after taxes. We did all right. I was only there for 2, 3 weeks, but like a month total, but I only worked like a couple weeks, 2, 3 weeks. But we was bringing in about 28 after taxes. Not bad money. Yeah, man. We had some fun when we went back home. Like I went at the wrong time. Um, I went in like because I don't know nothing about North Dakota. I'm from Florida. I was from Florida, so like I didn't realize that I went in like September. I didn't realize wintertime was coming in October. And like it ain't when you out there. The car I bought wasn't 4-wheel drive. Um, I went there with no car. I took the Greyhound. A buddy of mine loaned me 1,000. But shout out to T-Bone. He loaned me $1,000 to buy a car. The car wasn't 4-wheel drive. I was thinking that like I don't know why I was thinking this, but I was thinking that like the oil rigs would be in town. But it's like no, you have to drive out in the middle of nowhere to get to these rigs in a non 4-wheel drive car. They're like, dude, you ain't gonna make it. You know, it ain't gonna make it. Like these aren't plowed roads. You know, there might, and even if they are, by the time they plow that, it just wasn't safe. So I ended up coming back home. But when we got back home, we had some fun. And there was a mix up with my first check. I ended up not getting it. Um, they had to mail it to me back at home. Like it took me a month to get my money, but we had some fun. We had some fun when I paid everybody. I had owed a lot of people. Had to pay back the $1,000, some other stuff, but we had a lot of fun when we got back home. We had a little fun. So the dating app I probably would recommend if I had to recommend one, Aisha would probably be Bumble. Bumble seems to be pretty cool. The course I took, let me see if I can find it. Um, real quick, yeah. See if I can find it. Where's it at? Yeah, I should sign up for the affiliate program before I start recommending it now. Yeah, there it is. It's channelmakers.com/project24. That was the one I took. They kind of did some reworking and different stuff, but it's the same program. Actually, I think it's gotten better because that guy Nate took it over, and yeah, Nah, VR. I've not done any open mics. I don't think I would want to be a stand-up comic. It's I feel like I could put the time that it would take me to work that craft till I was decent enough at it. I could put that time into like YouTube, and it would be way more profitable. Not to mention I don't have to be around people. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Patsy. Said your skin is beautiful. It's probably the lights. It's probably the lighting. All our skin is beautiful. But yeah, the lights probably make it pop a little bit. Nor I live stream at different times. I do want to start scheduling my live streams, but I just kind of live stream 2, 3 times throughout the week, different days. Because I try to different people. I don't like streaming the same days or the same times because then you end up just getting the same people. And the internet is worldwide, so I like to stream different days, different times, try to reach different people. Interact with different members of the community. Hey, thanks, VR. Appreciate you saying that. Said you got skills, man. Thank you. Praveen, you know the answer to that. You know I'm not a people person. Hey, DJ Kelly said, I think your personality is super upbeat and literally gives off a positive vibe that other beings are drawn to. I like to think so too. It's energy. It's all energy. It's all energy. When you're out in these streets and you see somebody and you're attracted to them and you think you can never get with them because they're way hotter than you, it's all energy. If your energies align, you're in there. You got to think about this stuff. It's energy. I was at the store today. Little baby couldn't keep his eye. The energy. Every time I see babies, they're drawn. It's the energy. It's all energy, ladies and gentlemen. She's strange and I like it. Appreciate you saying that. Did I stand out in Thailand? Uh, yes and no. So there were when I was in Bangkok, there were a lot of Africans. Um, However, when they would ask me where I was from, and I said America, I stood out. So like that, like there wasn't a ton of black people, but there was black people, but a lot of them were like from Africa. Um, but like a black American kind of stood out once they realized like, oh, you're American. But that was the whole America. Like they wasn't checking with race. Like they don't care. But when they found I was American, I noticed the game changed. They got real friendly. Oh, Mister USA, Um, but yeah, I mean there weren't a ton of uh black people in Thailand, but also I felt like the Thai people aren't going to be as in America we'll look like what I mean. You're not really going to get that like that. It's a different social structure. So I mean, there was a couple of times I seen women be like, you know what I mean. But like, I think you're not. It's not going to be as apparent. Um, if you ever are going somewhere in Thailand and you're really getting people being very friendly with you, you're probably on like one of them streets. You know, you probably on one of them streets. You're probably a Soy Cowboy or Nana Plaza or something like that, or one of them. But yeah, I did notice once they found out I was American, everybody's nice. The R Hodge experience. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. So thank you so much. I really appreciate all your insight. Hey, no problem, man. No problem. No problem. I'm glad to help out where I can, and I appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you. MS Science, love you too. Thanks. Yeah, babies love me. Babies and pets love me. I'm shaking my head because I ain't got nothing for the pets. I try. I try to be more understanding to pets. They're life forms too. Babies, I'm cool with. I'm always as much as I don't want a baby. Like when I see somebody with a baby, I'm like, "Blah, blah, blah." I'm that dude at the grocery store. When your baby starts laughing and you don't know why, you turn around and I'm like this. As soon as the parent turns around, I'm like, oh, I'm bad on airplane. Don't let me have about a 3-hour flight and your baby's on the plane. I will mess with that baby. Every time the parents turn around, I'm just like this. I put my angry black man face on just to mess with the parent. When the parents turn around, I'm like, And then as soon as the parents turn back around, I'm like, oh man, man, I love messing with white people on the plane. I love messing with white people on the plane. It's as soon as the parents turn around, I'm like, baby looks up, I'm like, okay, moving on. So the flight attendants come on, they're like, sir, stop putting your hands in your mouth. It's a pandemic. So, hey, Christine, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Christine, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Appreciate the support. So, what's your sign? I am a Scorpio. No one ever gets it right. Do you like long walks on the beach? Sure. Sure. I was just in, what was that, January? I was, what was that, February? January. I was in Myrtle Beach for a month, beachside. Walked on the beach every day. Can't wait to go back. I'm going back in this summer. I mean, this winter. I'm going back. Can't wait. While we're on that note, shout out to my boy Luke. He may not be in the chat, but he was going through some stuff recently. Shout out to him. Met him while I was down there. Came up to me in Starbucks. Said, "Are you the guy from the internet?" We had a really good conversation. Shout out to him. Shout out to you, Luke. Get better. Love you, man. Yeah. Yeah, and like playing with babies, that lets you realize that like any of this like weird racial stuff we have is programmed, is learned behavior. Because babies don't care. Babies, they see you, they're drawn to you. There's no issue. You know what I mean? Like that's why I like playing with babies. And I like messing with their parents because it's funny to me. Oh, they're saying keep the beard. Okay, okay, okay. The beard's working. Okay, thank you. So the beard's work. I think some of it is the lighting and this handsome marble tea. But yeah, thank you, thank you for the feedback. Now I just got to figure out. I'll find a barber so I can get it trimmed in about a week or two. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, we about to hit 400 likes. That's crazy. Yeah, Sabrina. Nobody ever guesses I'm a Scorpio. I don't know why. Nobody ever guesses. I get all the other ones. You a Taurus? I'm like, nah, I don't even know what that is. Retired 2019. I got you. When I come back, I'll let you know. Yeah, when I go to Myrtle Beach, I'll let you know. Well, I mean, I'll be talking about it on here, but I'll message. I'll call you or something. Yeah, seriously. Man, it's easier said than make it as you. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'm winning. I'll take that. Andrew, you still sober? Nice, nice. That's congratulations. Amber, I definitely would travel to Dubai. I want to do like a layover in Dubai one day. Yeah. My friend Lovejoy took a picture in like Dubai, and I was like, oh, I gotta go. Praveen, I don't play golf. We used to get drunk and go to the driving range, but we always would get kicked out. So I am gold. You're a Scorpio too. Okay, okay. Bars. I feel like I'm not an in person people person. We just hit 400 likes. Thank you. That might be a record. I'm not an in person people person, right? So like I love people. I love getting love from people, but I'm just not an in person people person. Oh, Arhaj, you 2 hours away from Myrtle Beach? That actually I might could I'm gonna put a pin in that. I might think about doing that. Doing a meetup in Myrtle Beach. I don't know why that doesn't seem to bother me. Maybe when I'm there. Yeah, I'm going back this winter. Yeah, I'd go to Italy, Chrissy. It's a little lower on my list than some other places, but I'd go. Then again, I hear now it's one of the some of the lighter regulations, so maybe. I think I'm gonna have Subway for dinner, and then, uh, thank you VR for the suggestion, but I think I'm good. I think I'm good on my channel. I think I've been doing this long enough to know how I want to do it and how to make money doing it. But I appreciate the suggestion. Ooh, what's my Subway sandwich like? I get the same one every time. I'm a creature of habit. I get a meatball sub on white with American cheese, and I get tomatoes and mayonnaise. Meatball on white, American cheese, not toasted, tomatoes and mayonnaise. That's sub number one. Sub number two is a steak and cheese on white, American cheese, toasted with tomatoes, lettuce, mayonnaise, and that chipotle sauce, that chipotle sauce. I get the same two subs every time. Every time. I got a Subway story for y'all. So the Subway closest to my house, which all of us have 18 Subways closest to us. Did you know Subway is the biggest fast food chain in the world? There's more Subways than McDonald's. So everybody has about 8 to 19 Subways close by them. The one closest to my house, I went there one day, and there's a really cool girl who works in there, lady, I should say, who works in there. And when she does my order, it goes great. There's another lady, not so good. You know, like you go to Subway and they just like slap the sub together. I don't like that. Like I like it placed properly, cut properly. So I was in there the other day, right? And the girl who I like, and she's cute, so it helps. We're about the same cuteness level. You know what I mean? The same hotness level. So we kind of bond over being sixes, sevens, you know, on a good day. So we kind of, we always speak or whatever. So I came in and she was like, "Oh, I'll be right with you. I gotta, finish this other one." And she took the bread out. So I'm like, "Cool, she's gonna make my sub." Then the other lady, the slap your sub together lady, came from out the back, and I was like, "I don't want her to make my sub." I was like, "But she already took my bread out. Like my bread was already sitting. My 2 foot long white bread was already sitting on the counter." And so the slap your sub together lady came from out the back, and she was like, "Oh, what do you want?" I just turned around and walked out the door. I'm in my bag these days, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not doing it. I'm not paying $20 for a couple subs that you slap together. I'm not doing it. I just walked out the door. So now I don't know if I can go back because it'll be awkward. So I went to the one further down the road. But I just walked out the door. I'm not doing it. You not just gonna throw my tomatoes on there. You cutting the sub diagonally. No, no. I pay for the sandwiches and the service. I just walked out the door. So I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I spent a lot of money in Subway. No, I'm not doing it. I wish I could have like seen the lady's face when I was walking out. She probably was like, "What?" I'm like, "You don't make a good sub." And I know the other girl knows it. Like, you ever been to Subway or any place? But it really, you seem to notice it at Subway. And one person knows the other person sucks, and they're always like kind of looking at you, apologizing. When that person's making your sub, the other person's like, "I have to like, I can't." Yeah, it's one of those deals. I can't. You know what I mean? I can't. I need. Come on, man. I spend way too much. I didn't spend money in Subways all over the country. You're not just gonna slap my sub together, man. Like, because that makes you wonder about your work ethic, and then I start wondering about your cleanliness habits. Faithful in what is least. You can't put a sub together. I don't know. Like, I'm sure there's a skill to it, yes, but and I'm not saying the lady was unclean or nothing, but that's where my mind goes. I'm like, I just don't. I'm just not comfortable eating this sub now. Hey, ooh, celebrity in my own right. I don't know. I did get recognized at the store today. I can't even go to the store. I got recognized at the store today. Shout out to my boy Keith. I got recognized. But I would, hey, we making moves. Oh, Ivan Essence. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ivan Essence coming through Super Chat Squad. Says, hi, Timothy. I've not been here in a while. I have had 2 to 3 slips. I keep a journal. So last 400 days, I've drank about 20 times, which is amazing. The gym of sobriety. Last time I had 2 glasses of wine, hated how I felt afterward, doing hard work, and thank you for the inspiration. You are welcome, sir. And I love that ideal of like keeping a journal. Because yeah, when you look at it that way, 200 days out of 400 is crazy. Crazy. That's less than 20 times a year in a year. That's crazy. You know what I mean? So that is amazing. Keep up the good work. I like that. The gym of sobriety. Like it's a workout. You know what I mean? You got to work at it. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, man. Keep it up, man. And I appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Good to see you again. Love the updates. Um, love the updates. So yeah, I like that. The journal thing with the yeah, man. Yeah, dude, come on, man. You killing it, man. Killing it. Killing the game. Um, and that's good too. You drank the wine, didn't like the feeling. That's because I think that's like your body adjusting. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, this is this guy. Yeah, and you're gonna think about that. That's fuel. You know what I mean? Because that's one of the things that helps is if you can get to the place where even like drinking isn't fun. That helped me out a lot because like I got to the place where drinking wasn't fun. So like not only was hungover and sick the next day, but like even that day sometimes I just was like, this ain't fun. You know what I mean? So like when I started to want to drink, I remember that. I'm like, dude, this you're gonna be mad at yourself for drinking, and it ain't even fun. Like it don't even, so if the wine is tasting, making you feel weird at, and you're like, all right, that's good. That's good. You're making progress. So that is awesome. And thank you so much for the support. Super Chat Squad. Thank you. Thank you. That's love. See, that's love. That's love. So Nani, I was thinking about coming to Maine. My friend Jessica's up there, and I was thinking about coming up there. I was thinking about working there a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. Quantum Leap, yeah, that's a video ideal I have. You said I knew I kicked drinking when I went 1 year and could pass the alcohol lane without buying. I think I'm gonna one of these days I want to do a video from the alcohol aisle at the store because yeah, there was a time right there with you. Like if I went on the beer aisle, I'm buying beer. I literally nah. If I was trying not to drink, I couldn't even go to the store because I'm like, if I pass the beer aisle, I'm buying beer. You know what I mean? So the fact that now I can just walk up and down the alcohol aisle with impunity is amazing. And I think that would resonate with a lot of people. Yeah. So congratulations to you too, by the way. Aisha needs help cutting out sugar. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, James, I never cared about weed. Like I'd smoke it if my friends had it, but it never did it for me. Yeah, why you'll stand out in Wyoming. Retired 2019. You will stand out in Wyoming. Think it'd be fun. Oof. That kombucha always comes back up. I drive through Wyoming a lot, but I don't stop much. I'm usually trying to get where I'm going. Oh yeah, we still live diversity. Nah, it's live stream king. Like you got to earn that title. You have to earn that title. You know why did it block that comment? YouTube blocks some comments sometimes. It's weird. I'm like, why did they block that comment? Yeah, Crypto Johnny, we had to go and get a little tapestry. A little tapestry. Put it up there. Switch it up. I really like that. As soon as I saw it, I was like, dude, I mean, it's got everything. It's got samurais. It's got a what kind of tree is that? It's got a waterfall. It was only like $25. So yeah, that as soon as I put that up, I was like, that's me. I said, let me take this bookcase up out of here. I can't deal with it. That's me right there. And it opened the room back up space wise. So hey, thanks, Andrew. Uh, no, I put the bookcase in the living room, and I'm gonna ask my roommate if he wants it. If he don't want it, I'm gonna put it out by the dumpster. I don't have nothing to put on it. Like the stuff that was on it can go in my closet. Like I don't and the more bookcases and stuff like that you have, the more inclined you are to like load them down with stuff. And I got to thinking, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm trying to still stay as minimal as possible. Just thinking about my moves after my lease here is done in 11 months, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to keep it as minimal as possible. So, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, James, I used to love alcohol. Oh, totally. There was nothing I'd rather do. Well, maybe one thing I'd rather do than drink, but that came with the drinking. There was nothing I'd rather do than get a good buzz going. You know what I mean? Like I love drinking. Like that was what else was there? You know what I mean? You work hard. After work, you drink. The weekends, you really drink. Like that's life, bro. Like that's why I'm like I'm so glad that alcohol started making me sick and I got bad hangovers and all the other stuff because I probably would have never stopped. Like that was life. Like I told you, like the the day I knew I was gonna get sober, it was Tim, you can keep drinking and drink yourself to death, like your uncle did, for all intents and purposes, or you can stop. And it was not an easy decision. It was, you know what I mean? It wasn't like I was like, oh yeah, not gonna. No, it was like screw it. If I drink myself to death, it's a family tradition. Let's get it. Like I was one of them drinkers. Like drinking was what I did. You know what I mean? Like that was my identity. It's what we do. I don't know what y'all do on the weekends. We go get screwed up, chase tail. Let's get it. But had to give that up. So if I can give it up, it was my very identity. I know it's a struggle and it's hard, and it's gonna be one of the hardest things you can do. But I that's why I firmly believe everyone can. It's just the process. I bought the bookcase in the beginning because I thought the wall was bare behind me, and I was like, I need something behind me. I was like, oh, I can put a bookcase up there, some candles, some WNBA cards that look cool. It didn't look cool, and so I was like, yeah, well, we'll get rid of it. I mean, the WNBA cards look cool. Yeah, Japanese maple. Yes, I think that is a Jap maple. I used to sell a lot of those when I worked at the plant nursery. I love Japanese maple. Bria Joy. Hey, hey, hey. Ricky, you hungover right now? Ugh, sorry to hear that. When I leave, I just throw my furniture away. Typically, televised. I usually put it by the dumpster. Yeah, I usually throw it away or put it by the dumpster. I don't have a storage unit. Nah, nah, nah. And I don't care about like selling stuff. Like I'm a haggle with a bunch of strangers on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist for $30. No, I'm good. I'll just throw it away. I'm a big believer. The less you worry about money, the more you'll have. Like, so yeah, yeah. I'm throwing this away. I'm getting my money for it. Okay, respect. But yeah, me, I don't care. I just throw it away, or I give it away. If somebody wants it. Bria Main said, I also recently just got an apartment. Do you feel less of a nomad since getting an apartment? Not really. Not really. Because like I know my plans. So honestly, I think I'll be able to travel more freely having the apartment or do some of the traveling I wanted to do that couldn't really do before. So I'm not like I know to my spirit, I'm always gonna be a nomad. So it doesn't really matter what I do. Like I'm gonna always feel like a nomad. Like other people might think I'm less of a nomad, but no, I still I know me. Anime. Good question though. I go said I'm looking real snackified. Ooh, I think it is the lighting. It is the lighting, the like yeah. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I will take being objectified and snackified. I'll take it. I need that in my life. Okay. Oh, Aisha, I do want some houseplants. Yes, I do want some houseplants. I'm gonna try not to kill them though. I'm trying not to kill them though, but I do want some houseplants. Yeah, I need some oxygen flow in my room, and I want like a water feature maybe. But they're too expensive. Every time I'm about to buy one, I'm like, do I really want to spend $50 on that? But I would like a water feature. It's a plant. Some house plants. James isn't trolling? Who said James is trolling? James ain't trolling. Uh, no, I'm not really set up to take edible plant donations, Doris. I appreciate the offer though. Thank you. I don't tell people Ira where I was born. That's just one of those, you know, safety things. You don't want to put too much information out there. Never grown any fruits or vegetables. Oh wait, what am I trying to do? Okay, I was waiting on that one. You gave me an excuse to do it. I was wanting to do that one, but I was being respectful. But if you're gonna say I'm trolling, oh, you getting blocked. Yeah, out of respect for that person being a longtime viewer, I was holding off on the blocking. But come on now, you got to stop. Probably drunk. Um, sometimes there'll be people that they've been around the channel for a while, so I let them go for a while because I'm like, but yeah, eventually say, all right, okay, we're all grown ups here. Oh, I thought you had said James was trolling too. It appeared that way. It appeared that way. Yeah, I was like, James ain't trolling. I don't know. People are, people have bad days. People have bad. I get it. I get it. Probably drunk. It's Sunday afternoon. Probably drunk. Probably wasted. Probably wasted. I get it. It's just aggravating. So eventually, you got to go. Eventually, you got to go. Eventually. Hey, DJ Kelly. I have multiple of your YouTube videos on my save list. Yes. You've really done enough great talks for a best of book already. Write it, narrate it yourself, but all. Hey. Yeah, I thank you for saying that. By the way, thank you. Um, we've been doing a lot more serious consideration of the whole book thing here lately. I mean, there's a lot of steps we have to go through. I want I'd have to get back comfortable writing stuff like that, but I'm getting to that space where I'm really considering it. It's gonna happen, but it's I'm yeah. I think this getting this apartment will be good for that endeavor. Um, yeah. So yeah. Define trolling people who are just on here saying craziness. People who aren't contributing to the conversation in a positive way. They're just talking, saying rude stuff, disrespectful stuff. That's a troll. Oh, JL, you're welcome. Said I love unique channels like this. Hey, yeah, me too. So thank you. There goes that sweat again. That's weird. Somebody said it's low blood sugar. It's making you sweat. I don't even feel. It's these. Actually, it's the lights. I got some new lights, so I just realized that it's the lights. Yeah, I got some new lights, and they're bright. They're bright, buddy. But it was totally worth the money. Before those lights, no one ever said I was snackified. I've heard I was functified, but yeah, so functified. Y'all know Brad JD, so functified. Yeah, I'm showing my age. I'm showing my age. Keith, what up? Well, we just talking, nothing. We've been going like 3 hours. We've been talking about a lot of stuff. We've covered a variety of topics. Covered a variety of topics. Just recently, we were speaking of trolls and trolling. Where like why did that become the word for trolling? Like, why did troll become the word for when you're trolling? Like, what you know what I mean? Like, what? Like, where did that come from? I'm curious. Locker room lighting. Is that like locker room talk? That was hilarious. Oh man, the troll face meme. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I don't know what that is actually. I haven't seen it. Trolls dwell under bridges. Yeah, what does that have to do with like the internet? That's what I'm saying. Like, how did that? No. Derek Key said, "New big fan. Hey, keep up the good fight. I will. I will. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the journey. Good to see you." Oof. Oh, okay. I get it, Crystal. Trolling is a fishing term. You drag the line behind the boat, hoping something will bite. Maybe that's it. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. So it probably started out people like, "Oh, you're trolling," and then it turned into troll. That could be it. That makes sense. That makes sense. Ah, that makes sense. The fishing analogy makes sense. None of the other ones do. Sorry. Sorry, folks. I appreciate you trying. That would make sense. Claire checking in. I'm good. I'm good. How are you? James said, after quitting drinking, do you find it important to stay ingesting other stuff? I think green tea is important in life. I think green tea is a pretty cool drink too. Um, I definitely when I was quitting, one of the things I realized was that I was used this motion. I was used to doing this all night long. So I did have to I kept a lot of bottled water on hand, even more than now. Because it was like an oral thing. And so that did help me in quitting was to like always have something on hand to drink that didn't have alcohol in it. So yeah. Crypto Johnny, I'm not a big stadium kind of person. Um, no. I mean, I'll do it. I want to go to like a Rockies game. I'll do it. But like, yeah, I'm not a big crowd person. So I've never been to a concert. I went to a Blue Man Group concert once in Vegas, but that's not really a concert. Eden, I am in the Denver metro area. Hey, double L. Yes, yes, Noel double L. I was in the stream. I was in No Camp Fan stream Friday. I didn't say nothing, but I was there. So I saw the love. I saw everybody coming like came from Tim stream. Yeah, No Camp Fan owes me what do you say, Kool-Aid packets. I was there. I seen the love. I seen the love. So appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was there. I lurk a lot. Like I don't really know what to say when I watch other people's live streams. So I lurk a lot. Yeah. So yeah, I was there. I was there. I seen y'all. Thank y'all. Bowie Deuce, what up? Coverage. We're winning in life. We're winning in life. That was the point. Is like a lot of times we're so busy with life and dwelling on the negative that we don't stop to see the wins we're getting on a daily basis. Like we're all winning, man. We win it. Jack, I did not smoke cigarette. I mean, every now I would like to smoke Black& and Milds at the bar because it's a very social. You smoking a Black& and Mild, some chicks can walk up and be like, "Can I hit that black?" So I smoke Black& and Milds drinking, but I never was like a cigarette smoker. So it was, yeah, I did. When I stopped drinking, I stopped doing that. So I never had an addiction to it, to nicotine or anything. Yeah, XXX, I've been hearing that they've been saying certain places, the digital nomads are screwing up people's economies and stuff. It's the nature of the thing. Like, it's just going to keep getting worse. I'm sure they'll start to. I could envision a future where they limit the amount of digital nomads that can go certain places, or expats that can come to a certain place. I can see that. 20,000 people, Angela. That man, I think I would have broke out in hives. Bars, it says, do you like to take advice from other people, or do you only enjoy giving the advice? I'll be honest, one of the areas I struggle in life is taking advice from people I haven't designated as someone I want to take advice from. I'll admit that. I struggle with that. Like, someone tell me something and I don't know who it is, I'm like, whatever. Um, but that's when I have to be like, wait a second, out of what does the Bible say? Out of the mouth of babes. So it's like it could be good advice. The people who are like on my life council, who I've identified, I like their advice, I'll take it. But especially like unsolicited advice, I don't do well with. But like, I am learning to try to, even with unsolicited advice, I'm learning to read it, look for the little bits of wisdom in there if there's any. So I am trying to learn to be more open to advice. Oh, why am I not surprised, Angela, that it was a weekend concert? I should have known. I should have known. I should have known. It probably, for you, it probably felt like it was just you and the weekend there. You didn't even see the other 19,999 people. You went ham. We got any potential retirees this year? Good question. Yeah, that taking advice. One of the things you learn knocking about on the internet is you will just get tons of unsolicited advice. But I'm learning to, accept it. Mildred said, "Hello, Tim. I'm new to your channel. Welcome, 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 welcome to the." You said new to your page. Welcome to the page. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the journey. Um, love your content, positive energy. Thank you. Have you considered visiting Iceland? It's on the list. It's on the list. I'd love to visit there, but there's some places I want to go before that. But I really, a lot of the European kind of countries a little lower on my list. I want to see Southeast Asia, South America, probably Africa. But yeah, I'd love to go to Iceland one day. Chris is retiring 3 years early. Nice. Yeah, random. Yeah, if you upload content, you're gonna get people telling you what to do. My thing is this: it helps if you give me some type of background, right? If someone says, "Oh, Tim, this is what you need to do with your channel," if you say, "Yeah, and I've been on the internet for 5 years and I've got more subscribers than you, so I know," or you give me something, "Oh, I've got a background in this or that," that helps me. But if you just tell, I don't know who you are. How do I know you know what you're talking about? That's what gets me. I'm like, you got to give me some type of background, some type of receipts. You can't just, because a lot of times it's people who don't know as much as you about this. Is what you learn on the internet. Everybody thinks they're an expert, and it don't matter what you've done or what you've accomplished. People think they know better than you. So that's what gets me. I'd be like, bruh, like, really? Have you been in a YouTube commercial that was shown through the playoffs? But you know better than me. You know better than me. You're right. You're right. I should take your advice on what to do. How many? Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on. I like that. Is this it? Yeah, yeah. Definitely don't listen to unsolicited advice about crypto. Yeah, and then they random, yeah, advice you know is wrong. Tim, you know you should do this. I'm like, that is quite possibly the worst idea. But yeah, yeah, like you said, it comes with the game. Like if that's one of the things I have to deal with to live my dream life, I'll take it. There's way worse. But it's just, yeah, some days it's just like, bruh, like, who are you? That's what I want to put in the comments some days. I want to be like, who are you? What are we doing? Okay. Exactly. Are you a meme on Twitter? Are you a meme on Twitter? I am. This is not me being conceited at all, folks. This is just me, saying some little funny stuff. But are you a meme on Twitter? This guy is. I didn't get paid any of that. I didn't get paid for the commercial or for the being a meme on Twitter, but I am both. I was in the commercial. It was payment enough having my friends call me. Was that you on TV? But I am a meme on Twitter. Um, see, strange, and I like it. Says I got the it factor. Ooh, man, I gotta keep these lights. Who made these lights? UBC. I gotta send them some more money. These lights are doing it for me today. It's hard to explain what the meme is, Tariq. It's just a snippet from one of my videos, and I'm talking about getting a job or something. It's hard to explain it, and it's hard to find it. Um, Respect, Molly. Respect. Good to see you, Molly. Yeah, man. That's the I do, yeah, enjoy it. And here's the weird thing. I think some of them aren't really trying to be haters, but like on the internet, a lot of people have like this ideal that like you know what I mean? Like everyone thinks they're expert on the internet. You know what I mean? Um, and all of us do it, but some of us just keep it to ourselves. If I'm watching somebody something, I have tons of advice for them. I just don't say it, you know. But some people feel like they, need to tell you. So yeah, I'm just like, bro, like, what are we doing here? Good to see you, Mom. Oh, Aisha said, Tim, not gonna lie, you're looking good. Arms down, arms down. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Okay, I've been waiting to do this too, but I was being nice. Got to go. Love you too, Eden. Yogi Fish. So the title alone is inspiring and helpful. Hey, that's awesome. Winning. Yeah, that's my thing, Molly. I'm like, if it's such a good idea, why you ain't doing it? Oh, I'm not. I get a lot of that on YouTube. I'm like, why you don't start a channel? Oh, YouTube isn't for me. It's not for me. But I can tell you. Okay. Okay. Whatever. Okay. No one does that to anybody else. Nobody pulls up to the. Actually, they do, but not as much. You don't pull up to the lawn guy and be like, "Hey, I know you've been cutting grass for 10 years, and I've never cut grass other than my own. But if you did this to your mower, like, come on, man, people. It's all good though. Andy, no problem, no problem. Getting that work in. Oh, we talking about the Cat Williams special? Did y'all like the latest special? I liked it. A lot of people didn't like it. I liked it. I had seen it already. Somebody had bootlegged it when he did it at a show somewhere about a year ago, I think. But it was cool. Hey, J Rock, quit your job, door dashing. Nice, nice. You're welcome. Have fun. You cut Cat Williams off 10 minutes in World War III. Yogi Fish. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Appreciate the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that, Yogi Fish. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Thank you. I love the name too, Yogi Fish. I like that. You cut the Cat Williams off 10 minutes in. It's funny. It's funny. Olivia, you wouldn't have the lady balls to do YouTube? Or were we talking about something else? Bria, I might go back to seasonal work. I could see myself end of the summer. Like I don't think I can commit 3, 4 months anymore. But I could see myself at the end of the summer going back. Maybe like if the season ends in September, I could see in September maybe or August going and working somewhere for like a month maybe just for funsies. But I don't know if I could do a whole season anymore. Yeah, I don't think Cat Williams is one of the goats anymore. Oh, I am gold. I appreciate that. You don't have to, but if you do, that'd be amazing. Thought that counts. It's all good. Hey, oh, what is it? Come. Oh, I don't need. I'm just gonna say sweet. I'm just gonna say sweet. I don't want to mess the name up. Sweet. I appreciate that. Super Chat Squad. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Says thank you for always inspiring. Take care. Hey, hey, my privilege, nay, my honor. And thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Sweet C. We just gonna say sweet C. We not. I remember last time. Nope, not doing that name. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, it's my passion. It's what I love to do in life. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're welcome and thank you. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. No, that's Super Chat Train. That is a Super Chat Train, ladies and gentlemen. That is a Super Chat Train. Um, I'm sorry. I got to take one more quick break. This stuff is going right through me today. It's the coffee. I'll be back. We back. We still here. Okay. We back. What was I about to? Oh, how long did it take me to start getting views on my videos? Well, I was doing like comic book videos. Well, I was doing comic book videos and North Dakota Orrery videos, and the North Dakota Orrery videos, like really kind of like popped. So they were getting like good views, relatively, you know, soon after I started doing them. The comic book videos, which is what I ended up doing consistently. I eventually stopped doing the oil rig videos because I don't really believe in fracking. But having been there and done it, but the comic book videos, they it took a few months, but they started getting consistent views. So but yeah, the oil rig videos blew up because nobody else was talking about it. So if I had stayed in that lane, but yeah, it took a few months for my, and like my comic book videos never got more than a couple thousand views per video, but like that's cool. Talking about comic books, you know, I was I was kind of known in the YouTube comic book community. Yes, there's a YouTube comic book community. Um, It's kind of known, one of the faces back then. But yeah, it took a little bit. Molly, some of your comments are getting deleted. Really? I don't know why. It's not popping them up as held for review or nothing. Yeah, I'm today. Yeah, I'm having to take a lot of breaks today. Noel, Noel, double L. I had a Discord before, but I was never in it. Like, so I stopped doing it. I try things out every now and then if it doesn't work, I'm just like, all right. Painted Sunset had the biggest crush on Chris Tucker. Okay. You met him once and it was an embarrassing moment. Ooh. Oh, okay. That's weird. Why would it block a question about gig apps, Molly? That's weird. I'm not caught up on Stranger Things. So I'd have to get caught up on I stopped at like the end of season one, so not excited about it, but I think it's exciting. But I'm not excited about it because I'm not caught up. Chris Rock sat next to you in a movie theater? You sure that wasn't punking you? It wasn't a Chris Rock lookalike? Where you been going to the movies? I hadn't heard that Neil Adams passed away. No, I hadn't heard that. See, sorry to hear that. Oh, Nor, I'm a little hungry. I'm a little hungry, but I'm a professional. Yeah, touching on. I'm a little hungry, but we working. We working. We gonna go a little longer. Yeah, yeah. I'm a little hungry. I actually debated when I got up this last time. I was like, I'm gonna go in there and get something to eat. I said, no, I'll come back and talk a little longer, a little bit more. It's professional. Live stream king. You have to make sacrifices to wear the crown. You have to make sacrifices to wear the crown. But we're probably gonna wrap it up here. And I was trying to get to 3 hours and 30 minutes. So we'll probably wrap it up here in a minute. I don't be having nothing else to do. Actually, I got stuff I gotta do today. I got a list today. I got a list of things I gotta do today. What? No, I'm not the best at eating on camera. Plus, I gotta go get it. Oh, you said, oh, it's Chris Rock to Chris Tucker. I thought she had said Chris Tucker. Oh, wow. Wow. Ooh. You sure they wasn't punking you? Where was you at the movies? Why was Chris Tucker sitting in the cheap seats? I just messing with you. Hey, Angela, I appreciate you bringing up the Noble Nomads channel. Little collaboration channel got going on with the great travel snacks and the great no can fant. Link in the description box. Little project we got going on. So this Tuesday we'll be dropping another podcast episode. Um, should be an interesting one. Should be a fun one. So check us out if you're so inclined. I'm gold. Yeah, go for it. Should you do ASMR videos? Go for it. I say try it out. You know what I mean? And any idea you get, try it. You don't know which one will hit. Or you might do ASMR videos, and doing that is what sparks an idea for another type of video. Like I say, go for it. Like anything that pops in your head. The beauty of the internet is like you can put something up there, and if like it's a dud, you can delete it. I do it all the time. You take it down. So try it. You might love it. You might love it. Oh, Painted said it was him. Painted Sunset said it was him. Definitely, it was him. It was him. And you called him Chris Rock. It's all good though. At least you got to meet him. least you got to meet him. Oh, you was okay. He was a fit flat as a buckhead. Okay, 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 okay. He probably thought you was trolling him. He's like, did she just call me this? Okay, yeah, he was in Buckhead. I get it. My sister used to live out there. Yeah, 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 yeah. I give you that. I give you that. That was him. That was him. That was him. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to wrap it up. 3 hours and 30 minutes. I think that's good. I think that's respectable. Your boys got to go get a little something to eat. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, sharing this time with me. As I always say, the energy, the love I get off these is priceless to me. Thank y'all so much. Big shout out to the Super Chat Squad. Big shout out to the Super Chat Squad. Everybody who came through showed love of financial nature. I appreciate that. Definitely helps to keep the motivation to keep going, keeps the bills paid. Um, Shout out to everybody with the thumbs ups. Shout out to the thumbs downers, the lurkers. Even shout out to the people we had to block today. The blocked list keeps getting longer and longer, but it is all love. Blocked out of love. Hope y'all hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, as well as a wonderful week next week. We'll be back soon. Stay tuned. And Jerry, to go. Thank you. Got one on the end. Thank you, Reynald, Jerry. Thank you. Super Chat Squad, and we're up to 450 likes. That's amazing. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank you, Cherry. Talk to y'all soon.